Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 219, a very special Switch 2 edition of the show. Finally glad that I was able to say that. Um, just, I start with the small talk. How we doing? How we doing this week?
I'm well. How are you?
I had a great weekend. I did jack shit. I did nothing.
I would have loved to have done
That's
nothing,
me
dude.
too.
I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Uh,
Not good.
hey, if you don't ever have those weekends, then you can't truly appreciate the do nothing weekends.
True, true.
I've now
You're
already
funny,
given
man.
all of y'all crap about it, but now I will give our viewers crap as well. Go Gators! We're in the finals. We're gonna hopefully beat Houston. It's a great time.
Let's go Houston. Yeah.
No,
Let's go!
no, no. Look,
That's
I will give
fucking
Florida.
crazy.
I will give Florida hell all day, but I ain't going for Texas.
Okay, so you're gonna go for the Gators, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Gators.
Listeners,
For me.
apologies. I
For me.
didn't realize I had one of my capture audios turned down a bit, so you might have not heard the first 30 seconds of them saying things, but it wasn't much. It's okay. We're here.
That's crazy. They didn't even hear me say "Go Gators." Gotta say it one more time.
Yeah.
Go Gators, everyone.
Unironically, I wish that was like a staged bit just to get around you saying "Go Gators," but no, that was genuine. That would have been funny.
That's
That would have been funny though.
that's hilarious,
Well,
dude.
go Gators, everyone. We're in the finals.
Yeah. I'd rather you guys win than anybody else, honestly. At least keep it down here.
Yeah, keep it down here, and it's still the orange and blue, so you're rooting for the same colors regardless.
That feels wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how to feel about that, but we're gonna move on. Okay, so just a quick disclaimer warning about this episode. This structure is going to be a little different. If you have listened to us for a while, then you've probably been through one of these before. But since the Switch 2 is going on and all that stuff that we're going to get through today is what the show is, we're basically not going to really talk about anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into our collector's corner and download station segments that we do every week. And then after that, we will get right in to the Switch 2 stuff. I think we'll probably open up with some, give everybody their 2 minutes on a soapbox, and then we'll run through the direct and talk about all that stuff and all the lovely controversy that has come out of it, both related to Nintendo and the U.S. government. I'm sure we got a lot to talk about. So, just warning there. So with that, we're gonna jump right into our weekly collector's corner segment. The segment that we use to talk about the games we've been playing, the games we've been buying, good decisions, bad decisions, all that stuff. I can't wait to see what Cameron bought with four wheels on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Let me get the wheel up. Okay, spin the wheel. Who we got this week? I'm back, baby.
Wait, we're doing the wheel.
Wait.
Oh yeah, we are doing the wheel.
Rigged. Rigged just like the Florida Auburn game, bro.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, actually, I had some people telling me that last night. I was like, y'all are absolutely wild if you think that game was
Dude,
rigged.
that's
No.
insane.
I will
That
be the
That's
is-
just like
first
poor
person
sportsmanship.
to criticize officiating, and we did not lose that game because of officiating. If I was a Florida fan,
No.
I would have been pissed at the officiating
Yeah.
because Auburn got a
Actually,
lot
yeah,
of
it
lucky
is.
calls, and we still. That's what is really a
It-
bummer. We got a
there was-
lot of tough breaks that were like in our favor, and
Yeah.
we
We
still
also had some
squandered
that
them.
were not.
Yeah, we had a couple, but like I was watching it, like after the game, I was like, I can't even be mad at the refs. Like if I was a Florida fan, I'd be mad at the refs, and they won.
They were mad in the
Yeah. We were
Reddit
it was
chat.
definitely
It was
very annoying to be a Florida fan in that game.
Yeah,
But we still got it,
I-
and that's what matters.
which was pissing off a lot of other teams that were just hanging out in that chat that were like, "You're winning, Florida." I can't wait till next week when Florida's complaining is what a lot of people were putting.
well, like I
Why would
mean,
we be
yeah, I
complaining?
would love to take the opportunity to hate on Florida fans, but like you got to respect bad officiating or call it out. Like I don't like. Do you think I want to admit any of it? No, but
But
it's
it is what it is.
and
though.
SEC. The regular season officiating was what was really bad. Officiating in the SEC is a joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, basketball talk.
Yeah.
So what have I been doing this week? Well, I immediately got another handheld that's going to be sitting half assembled on my desk because
Nice.
You know what?
I
Hell yeah.
got one of those rechargeable battery packs for the original GBA that's got a USB-C port on the bottom. And
That's really
if
cool.
you don't, this company also makes replacement shells that are pre-cut to fit these. And if you don't have one of those shells, you can just cut the one you have. But I was a stupid idiot and cut the part off that makes the battery latch work because I
Oh.
don't think 2 steps ahead when I should. So now I've got this thing that really just can't close all the way and is kind of ass. But the upside is that I now have a reason to replace this shell with something actually cooler and properly made. This is a cheap Chinesium shell I put on several years ago. So I'm going to buy me a nice actual replacement shell that's pre-modded to fit that and do that. But the battery does work. It is pretty cool. I got my NES flash card in. I've been playing a lot of NES games. Mega Man 2 a lot. Also some things on the Famicom disk system because that cartridge has the ability to play FDS games even though it's on an American NES. So played a random stuff with that. Saw some of the cool, unique stuff they got over there in Japan. But yeah, played a lot of Mega Man 2. Beat 3 of the first enemies. And then I've sat down for like a couple hours a day, every day, the past 3 days or so, and tried to beat Heat Man, and I just can't. That stupid part in that stupid stage where it's basically button memorization because NES games aren't fun is hard. So that's what I've been doing. Mega Man 2 continues to be super good, and I'm mad I forgot about it because, wow. I played some Stardew Valley. I got the Joja achievement.
saw that.
Cameron
That was good.
Cameron was watching my
huge.
stream when I did that. So got that. Now I'm finally back to my 100% save with a renewed vigor because I forgot what it was like to have all this nice stuff. After playing that Joja save for so long. So I'm working back on that. I bought Repo and I played Repo with you guys and
Hell yeah,
some other
it's a fun
people.
game.
Yeah, it's a good game. That'd be good to do game of the week on. Let's see. I played Mario Wonder. It's the first time I've touched my Switch in a few months, it feels like. But I did play some Mario Wonder right before the show and a little earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I think that's about it. I got like some other weird, stupid stuff, like an adapter for that USB-C mod I did on my SP. I now have access to the audio in that port, so that's cool. Headphones work again.
That's
Nice.
sick.
And I got run ruled in softball by 20 points last week. Our team did
Yeah.
in our rec league. That was great.
Did you mention that?
Maybe,
Or was that? Wait, no, you might have just been complaining about that while we were playing Repo.
probably. But yeah, that was a little embarrassing to say the least. Oh yeah, and I played the game of the week. And that is it for me. Spin the wheel. Who's up next?
The
Hopefully not Cooper. He
warehouse
just walked
in
out.
the community center.
What
Like how the community center becomes the warehouse in the JoJo route.
Yeah.
You can pay what's his name to make it the theater. That's where it goes in that route.
I figured that's what it was, but I had a realization like the in-game day before I completed the JoJo Center. I was like, wait, why am I bothering with all this BS when I just want the achievement? Because I'm not gonna I need to put time into my other save like to actually 100% the game. So I just sold all my batteries that I had for like 11 grand and then went and bought the last thing and dropped that save immediately. I'm back onto my old one. Cooper, you're up.
Oh man, Cooper walked out. He has to
Oh,
move the car.
oh man, that sucks. Spin the wheel. Guess I'll have to wait. Ooh, so close. Kyle by a hair.
Always those
Who
two
was it
together.
about to
Always.
be?
Yeah, I know, right?
Who was it about to be?
Alex,
Mm.
I sent a screenshot of how close it was.
Man, that's
Oh damn,
close.
wild. All right, well, um, I guess I'll wait for story time until Cooper gets back. But yesterday was living hell at work. A ton of shit went awry, and there was not much I could have done about it. But in terms of games that I played a good bit of Repo. Very fun. I like that game a lot. We should definitely do Game of the Week on it later. I played Game of the Week. I got my emulator to start working again. I figured out what the problem was and got it to start working again. And I picked up a new Emerald save that I'm gonna do a Nuzlocke on, and um I started that on I think last Monday actually. After the podcast, I got it to start working again, and then um I have just gotten to Rustboro City. I have not fought Roxanne yet, but I'm like there. Um, I think I need to get the rest of my Pokemon up to level 12 before I even start thinking about that. But it's been going pretty good so far. I got a Ralts, which was pretty lucky because it's a pretty low spawn rate. Pretty happy with that. Um, let's see. Oh, I've been playing actually. One of my coworkers started a Cobblemon Minecraft server, and so I've actually been playing a pretty good amount of Cobblemon as well, which has been fun.
That's
Um,
what you mentioned to me, Cooper.
yeah. Um, and y'all both told me that you wouldn't play, which I thought was cringe. So, um, what else did I play? I played some Deep Rock Galactic, not a ton, but a little bit. Um, and I think that might be it. Pretty easy week. Not too much to talk about. I guess I'll leave story time for now until Cooper gets back,
Well, yeah,
and then
we'll table
I'll
that.
flow. Yeah. Oh, and I played Game of the Week. Did I say that already? I did. I
I
played
don't know,
that too.
but we'll take it. Ooh, another close one. I think Cameron's got it. Yeah, Cameron's got it. But again, another really close one. I'll send it again.
Alright, so that means Alex is left. Technically.
Well, no, Cooper's last because he missed. He missed the
Cooper.
wheel.
Well, that means Alex is last according to the wheel.
Well, yeah, Cooper still won the wheel first. He just,
He's just not here. He's just doing story time
I guess
last.
not
I
first.
think
He
for
just,
all
yeah.
intents and purposes, we should say that Alex got second. I think that's only fair. Cooper didn't show up.
No.
Oh, wait,
No.
Mark them
here's
both
Cooper.
as last,
Yeah.
just nobody gets second.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. Okay. See, there's a Cooper.
Hi, I'm
Okay.
Cooper.
All right. So,
Let's hear it.
I played a little bit of Splatoon 3, so that I could get the recording for the new Splatfest that's this week. That's super lame. Day
Gay,
versus
honestly, but okay.
morning versus afternoon versus night. That's great. Good job, Nintendo. 10 out of 10. Very creative. Um, Played a little bit of Everybody Want to Switch, because Dad saw my all games video last month while we were in Louisiana. Because we were looking for something to leave on for the dogs, and so we played that some. It's still as bad as we remember, but There's some half decent mini games in there.
A broken clock
we-
is
we-
right twice
but-
a day.
Yeah, I mean, we did Ninja, which sucked because we tied Ninja because we all just kept deflecting. We did all the auctions, I think. That was probably the most enjoyable. Yeah, it's certainly a game. Played some Mario Kart 8. Still, 10 years, 11 years. 11 years of Mario Kart 8.
It's almost over.
It's almost over. Almost over.
Thank
And
God.
played some Tears of the Kingdom.
Nice.
Played some Split Fiction a little bit. Bought Repo, or well, actually, was gifted Repo by Barrett and played it.
Yeah, dude, he
played-
gave like half of his freaking Steam friends list repo.
He just wants to.
Oh, but
play
I
with
had to
them.
buy my copy. Okay, Barrett. I see how things are. I hope
Yeah,
you're
you should,
listening to
dude,
this.
Literally, put Barrett on your Steam friends list, and you'll never have to pay for another game in your life.
That's so true. Played Download Station, and I bought a car.
What is it?
It is
Yeah,
a
what make and model?
2023 Chevy Blazer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you
It
for heeding my advice and not buying a Jeep or a Nissan or an
Yeah.
Infinity. Good advice.
well,
I can't
It's
say I'd buy
like-
a Chevy, but I feel a lot better about you buying a Chevy than buying an Infinity or a Jeep.
yeah. That oh my gosh, that whole process. Like there's a reason I was trying to
Yeah, you
keep my
speed ran that
Trailblazer
car
going.
process.
I didn't get a choice. My car ain't making it back to Orlando, dude. Be shy, like
Bro had to get home, Grant.
I
do,
know. I'm
but
not saying
mean,
it
I
as
guess I could-
derogatory. I'm
I
just
guess
saying
I
like
technically
what
yeah,
a welcome to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
car buying experience. Hey, you have 36 hours. Buy a car.
Yep.
No, I get that. Yeah.
like if I hadn't already, it was almost 3 by the time we got back. I'm like, oh, shit, I missed. I'm well, wait, yeah, no, it was almost 3 because it was after 2, and I'm like, I missed my scrum meeting. Oopsie, because we got there about noon, and we didn't get back till almost 3, like, because we left like I'm just like, this is so much paperwork.
Yeah,
But
that's how it goes.
checked it out. I think technically Carfax says it was a rental, but the worst things on there seem to be the wheels, um, and that's to be expected. The brakes look good, engine looks good.
How many miles?
54,000.
Not bad.
Yeah, exactly. That Jeep Grand Cherokee, the Opelika, across from Angel's Antique, tried to sell me that was more expensive, and it was an 18 with 75,000 miles. I'm like, no.
They were both Blazers though.
No, the other one was a Jeep.
The other one was
Oh,
a
it was a
Jeep
Grand Cherokee. It was a Grand Cherokee. That's right. You said that.
Well,
a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I'm like,
as
it's 75,000 miles. I'm like,
as untrue as this
I-
statement is, society views Jeeps as
reliable.
higher, not reliable, well, higher quality, worth more money than a Chevy. It's like the name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Chevy is like,
I was about to say it's probably brand recognition more than.
Oh,
it is.
we also saw the Minecraft movie. The Jeep
Oh
Grand
yeah,
Cherokee
Minecraft movie.
yeah.
Jeep
Well,
Grand
hey,
Cherokee
when we
in the Minecraft movie.
before we get to Download Station, we'll circle back and let's talk about the Minecraft movie.
Yeah. So yeah, that's dude. The car buying experience sucks. The podcast is not nearly long enough to describe how bad that is.
Well, the good thing is everybody has to drive, or
Yep.
good thing, quote unquote. Is everybody has to drive here, so everybody knows. But yeah, I can't imagine because like I knew what car I wanted 4 years before I bought it, and
I didn't even know. I was like,
it was just like wait until
that
the
was
money.
part of why I was like, I was
You got
literally
the
like,
Type R, don't you, Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out in 2017. I bought one in 2022.
Yeah,
Nice.
sounds alright.
So 5 years.
Do we like we tried to do uh the car through partners, Disney's um credit union, and it was going to be a 5.74% interest rate,
Bruh.
but
I mean,
the
for
stipulation was the car had to be bought in the same state you reside in.
that's tough. I was gonna say that's a pretty
Well,
damn good interest
It's a
rate on
good
a car loan.
it is an insanely good interest rate,
Yeah.
but can't, I'm not buying. How am I going to get into Florida to buy a car?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's. I mean,
You could walk to
uh,
Florida.
I could have walked to Florida. It's crazy, but it. I like. I know this is partially because my car is from '04, but damn, there's a lot going on in that car.
You know,
Yes.
um, I would like to be the first to welcome you to the age of Android Auto and
Yeah,
integrated car electronics. It is a beautiful
yeah.
lifestyle here. If it's not already wireless for you in that car, which it should be, but if it's not, get an adapter. I had to do it in my car. It's so worth the money.
I
Uh,
gotta I gotta use the USB to connect it initially. Maybe Chelsea. That's what Chelsea had to do with her phone for
okay, just the first time.
Apple Play or whatever. But like,
Hmm.
dude, I'm excited.
It's so nice.
It's
It's so nice.
it is so insane, dude.
Every now and then I drive Jules' car just to give it a once over and ring it
Mhm.
out a little bit. English
Yeah,
tune up. And I get in that car and I immediately have to remember, like, oh yeah, I forgot what it's like to drive something that's not an awesome
like
vehicle.
yeah,
Something that's just
yeah.
wheels and a steering wheel and pedals. Because,
And
like,
like,
I'm so spoiled just getting in the car, you turn the car on, everything connects, instantly starts playing. Maps is
mhm,
already available at a one tap. Oh, man.
there, dude. Like I'm playing with the wheel one. I'm just like, there's shoulder buttons on the back of this thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, what? It's like, kept resetting the song, changed the volume. I was just like, I don't think I'm
If
gonna.
anyone ever wants to hear me rant, ask me about those paddle shifters on vehicles like the one you just bought. There's no reason for that vehicle to have paddle shifters. Are you kidding me? Anyway, we've already got a long show. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, yeah,
But
let's. Yeah,
uh,
Actually,
I,
Grant, I'd like to
I
hear
will
more in
have.
depth why you hate paddle shifters.
Let's do
it's
it. Let's do it after the
I'll
show.
come back after that. It's not paddle shifters. It's paddle shifters in these cars. We'll come back to that
I was
after the
saying on the
show.
Chevy
Yeah.
Blazer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will. I will
Uh,
report back once we head home. See what a 7-hour trip does. But dude, I'm
get ready for one. Like
blown away.
the crazy thing is, you're gonna be so blown away by this car because of what you've been driving your whole life, and this car
Yeah.
is like bog standard
Yeah,
mediocre
that's
vehicle, but it's so new to you that like it's gonna be luxury.
all the features. Like all these features have been available like a decade. I'm just gonna be like, that's crazy.
Yeah, just
No, literally.
it's awesome because then you
Yeah,
don't have to buy a nice car
and
to feel like you're the king of the world.
since it's the 2023, like short of something happening, knock on wood, obviously, um, like that's gonna last me a nice long while. Probably not 20 years, but you know, long enough to uh I'll be able to have kids before then and figure all their cars bullshit out. Maybe I don't know. Or waste money for it. But yeah,
Well, nice.
let's get this
Congratulations.
show rolling. Yeah, car adult purchases.
Yay.
Yay!
Also, crap.
Yay! Expensive adult
Yay.
purchases. Yay!
Okay,
Yay.
Next up is a house.
Alex, you go,
There
and
you
then
go.
we'll come back around to Cooper.
Okay. I had to write a list.
At least houses
But
appreciate
it's
it.
gonna be short. So we saw the Minecraft movie. Yay!
Yay!
Ugh.
I mean, kind of. Yay. The movie was probably great. I couldn't tell you.
Dude, we went to a rock concert.
On the
pretty much.
negative scale. All right.
We'll come back to Minecraft. We'll come
We'll
back to
get,
Minecraft.
we'll come back to it.
Where are we going? Barrett bought me Repo, and I played one mission and got really sick.
His laptop could not do it, bro. It could not render the game
Yeah,
properly
first
at
person,
all.
and then just low frames and everything so
Blurry.
Like grainy.
blurry.
Yeah, it's grainy.
Oh, I got so sick from the one round.
Yeah, you need to get a better machine, like really, really bad.
We played everybody 1-2 switch, or I guess I got. So I've immediately refused at first, and then one of them walked away, so I had to play so we could get through. And then we played auction, and auction's like the best thing in that game, so I was happy to play that one.
I'm surprised you guys are willing to admit that you played Everybody 1-2 Switch.
I'm not.
I played Marvel Rivals because I needed to finish the event to get the April Fool's thing because they took it away like as fast as they posted it. Let's see what else.
What was the April Fool's event?
The Black Widow in the Western outfit had like a bonus item for Venom twerking as in a row.
And Alex is like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
More like
Certainly.
the
Venom
complexion
twerking.
side of
Venom
me.
twerking? Yes, please.
Say less.
Working symbiote black man? Of course.
That's crazy.
I don't know. We've just
You're so canceled.
it's more been like a relaxing weekend than do stuff weekend, if that makes sense.
No. That's for
feel that.
Alex.
I was gonna
And
say,
me.
Alex
Not
had
been
a
a
relaxing
And
relaxing
me.
weekend.
I'm riding
It's
that.
been this-
Yeah, but okay, but you're not here. Alex just blatantly did not join us on any of these car adventures.
Yeah. Well, hey, when Alex needs to buy a car, you can just be like, yeah, you remember when Cameron did that, right? Go do it.
No, he's just gonna keep taking mom's hand-me-downs.
I mean, if they
If
start
it
up,
works,
if they start up, I guess.
If it still drives, then take it, bro.
that's significantly cheaper than buying a car. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Um,
to think if I played anything else, but I played the
Fiction.
game of the week. Yeah, did we play Split Fiction?
Yeah, because we did chapter 3, right?
Oh, I guess that was after the podcast. Okay, we played one chapter of Split Fiction, and we watched
Crazy.
Daredevil. And I've watched.
Wait, the new one or the old one?
Yeah, the new one. I watched the old one. Like,
Dude, how is it? Because I watched the old one. I haven't started watching the new one yet. Is it good?
it's different.
It is.
It's different.
It is not the
It's
same.
still the same actor, though, right? Who's
It's
playing,
him, but you
Daredevil?
don't. You have Matt and you have Wilson and you have Vanessa, and that's basically your cast from the previous show.
What about Foggy,
I'm not answering that question.
bro? That's crazy.
Kind of
Um,
crazy, yeah.
So it's different. I guess I've watched a lot of anime, just because I didn't really want to play anything.
Oh, I started rewatching Hellsing last week, and I'm already done with it.
After we discussed it, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm already done with it.
yeah,
I-
Helsing is
I
gas.
will.
I
I will
Dude, I
say.
keep trying to get them to watch it, and they're like, "Oh no, Grant showed us the abridged. We're not watching that."
No, I didn't say I wouldn't watch it. I'm just lazy.
You told me Grant already showed us the abridged. I don't
Grant
want to
did
watch it
show.
again.
No.
Hold on, you're
I already
adding
saw
a
that.
piece
I was-
there.
You were
Exact words that came out of
combining.
your mouth to me.
You are combining things. I said Grant showed us Hellsing abridged. I have never said I will not watch the original because those are two different things.
Bruh.
Bruh.
I'm just lazy.
Bruh,
I would
bruh.
also like to say
Bruh,
that
bruh, bruh.
my plan was, maybe while we're home, I don't know. But the plan was to get a hard drive for the tower that we have in Orlando, and that way, somehow figure out an OS and be able to play, like set that up, and Alex could have a tower. I now have a car payment I wasn't planning on. So
Yeah, tough.
yeah, and car insurance going up.
Wait, you talking about like getting a monitor for him?
No, like we have a tower. It just needs a hard drive and an OS.
Bro, just
Yeah.
Alex, buy a hard drive. They're like $50. This will be a little slow, but it's $50.
Facts.
Yeah, that's rough because I'm like, we just lost
And
a
then
lot of
you
money.
might actually be able to play a game with us every once in a while. Wouldn't that be fun?
I don't think it would be.
No.
Oh, my fault, bro. How can I be so silly?
Okay, so background to Cooper. What you got?
All right. So, man, what have I been doing? I actually gotta think for a second. I went to the gym with Kyle.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Went to work
Bro,
today.
what games did you play this week? Gives us
Okay,
his
what did I
itinerary.
And
Me too, for real.
dang, whatever. I played the game of the week.
Played Repo with us.
I played who?
Repo.
I did play Repo. Yeah, Barrett gifted me Repo, and I played Repo.
Bear gifted Cooper Repo first.
True, I was the first one to get gifted Repo.
Bro, this is a scam.
Bro,
Everybody
why
got it.
can't y'all
Everybody
just
got it
play a
from
fucking
me. I had to
game with
buy
me and
it.
Grant. Well, no, I didn't get it. I didn't get it gifted. Me and you
Oh,
were both
you'd already
in the
bought
same
it.
boat in that.
Yeah.
Huh?
You'd already bought it by that point.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what? Don't take this away from me. Me and Grant, bro, together, we stand united.
He said, "Don't take this away from me."
Not a whole lot. Oh, I applied to Whataburger.
Hell yeah.
I'll be surprised if I don't get it, based on what Kyle's been telling me.
You're gonna
You were
gonna
gonna
do
get it.
Whataburger now?
I'll
He's
do
gonna
both.
Well, he's actually gonna get hours
Hours.
from
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's worthwhile. Yeah.
How
Dang,
many
I'll
hours
send
do you
you
get
like
from Foos?
Like
Not
it feels
enough.
like two. Like
Not
little. Like
enough.
I asked for like 20, and I get like 10, 11, or 1 week I got 4, and I was like, okay, well, that's not
What was your
at
check
all.
from the 4-hour week? $8.
Literally. Hang on, I could go find it.
Here's a can
But-
of Coke and some Pez. Come back next week.
Literally, because I think it's like 4 and then 11 the next week, so a total of 15 hours. Like literally nothing.
A can of Coke and a Pez is fucking wild. That's funny. You're a funny guy, Grant.
We played
Thanks,
1-2
man.
Switch or
You're
everyone,
welcome.
whatever that version's called. The
Everybody
Starfish
wants
one.
to switch.
Yeah, that one. Did we play
With
anything
your host
else?
Horace.
Otherwise known as 3-4
You
Switch.
played Reap. Well, you already said Repo.
Yeah, I already said Repo. You were over at the house though, Kyle. Is what I'm trying to figure out. Did we play anything while you were here?
We
Or
didn't
did
play
just-
anything while Kyle was
No,
here.
because we went to the movie and then we came home and
Right.
we were all fucking tired and just sat
We
there
just
and complained
complained about the movie.
Oh,
That's right. Okay.
Look.
We didn't
No,
even-
hold
we
up,
didn't
hold up,
even
hold up,
go to
hold up,
the
hold
movie,
up,
The movie experience.
hold up. Wait, we'll get to that. Let Cooper finish. Let
No,
Cooper.
I want to complain
let Cooper
now.
finish. Let Cooper finish.
Right now.
Let Cooper
Let Cooper
finish.
finish. Let Cooper finish.
Okay,
Otherwise,
I
he'll
think
never finish.
that's about it. I literally haven't been doing a whole lot, honestly. I've just been.
Me
Yeah.
neither, dude. Me neither.
I probably need to play more games, but we'll get around to it.
Okay, Minecraft
Yeah,
movie.
pretty chill.
What is it?
Minecraft movie. Holy shit, dude.
Solid
So-
movie. in
Grant,
my
have
opinion.
you seen
Oh,
the
I don't know. I can't-
videos that
Wait.
people are posting? Like
I
where their theaters are erupting like a
Every
rock
time he
concert or a
says a
football
word,
stadium.
no, I believe it.
we'll show you.
I'll
after.
send you some of the videos.
Yeah, don't play until after though, because otherwise it's gonna ruin the audio.
Yeah, that y'all's description, I was like, I don't think I want to go see this movie right now. I
you go
will.
see
I
it?
will. No, I did not. But I will go see it.
Okay.
I
Oh,
will. I promise. I will go see it. But when you guys gave me
Spoiler,
that
you'll watch
description,
it when it. You'll watch it eventually. You do
yeah.
not have to go to the theater.
It's
Well,
so
no, like
Yeah.
I'll go
fucking
see it in the
infuriating.
theater, but
Like,
I was like, let me just not do opening weekend because
Let them calm down,
let all
maybe.
the teenagers go. I don't need people to know that I am going to see this movie. I don't need people in the theater with me. Uh, I
Grant's
yeah,
gonna go on like a Tuesday morning, dude.
yeah, yeah,
it's a
Tuesday
good time to
morning.
go too.
I'll
'Cause
wear
you probably
sunglasses
won't have to
into
deal
the
with the
theater.
stupid.
Trench coat,
Yeah,
hat, trench coats flipped up on the thing to try to hide your face.
literally.
exactly.
Um, So yeah, this just in: teenagers like Minecraft, and teenagers also suck.
Dude, literally, it made me
Oh,
so mad because there was a genuinely funny joke, and it's like, oh, it was
but
like
it wasn't in the trailer, so they
no, it
didn't
wasn't in the
laugh.
trailer. Yeah, but like it's at the very beginning of the movie, and it's something like, hey, I need you to come by my school and pretend to be my uncle, and he's like, I don't do that anymore.
And none of the kids laughed.
No, no one laughed, and like it was
That's what these jokes are for.
literally,
No, that was hilarious.
dude.
Heck,
Miko were
none of
dying.
none of them laughed, but a couple of them went like
Ooh, yeah,
Kyle
I
picked
literally.
his mic,
was like,
dude.
I was like,
uh,
bro, shut. I was literally like, we were talking about it afterwards. We
we
were like, if you were there, Grant,
I
you
think
would have
Grant would kill
actually said
somebody.
something. I was like on the verge of saying something so many freaking times.
dude, we should have
because
just left during. We
I'm
should have left
typically
and
the
got our money
guy in
back.
public settings
Yeah.
who will like not bother like people who I don't know. I'll just like let them do whatever the hell they're doing and just like talk about it under my breath to the people I'm around.
When
But I almost just like stood up and just told the entire fucking theater off.
worst,
I was
I'm
so
trying to
close.
watch this
but
cinema. It's fucking
No,
Jack
it
Black
wasn't even the
on
thing.
a
Dude, it wasn't even like
screaming chicken jockey.
dude,
like
I
I
like
wasn't even
genuinely,
Look, I think it's a bad movie, but it falls on
I
my
can't
scale
confirm.
of like
So bad it's
no, from
good,
what I've seen, it's a
or so bad it's
bad movie.
funny at least.
I was
Yeah,
like
but it's more like on the
Genuinely,
negative part, like the bottom of the
7.
negative where it goes back up to being a bad, like good movie.
Yeah, like
Because
you can
like
laugh at it. Like it's funny enough to
the
laugh at.
things
it's
Yeah.
one
they
of those things
do
for me
are
though.
so like they kind of speedrun character development, which is so fucking funny to me. And they do Jack Black goes, and I found this thing. And then I found this other thing.
So I put the things together and it made this thing.
Literally.
This
It
dialogue
does
is
not take itself
something.
seriously.
No.
No.
The actual problem for me,
One,
anyways, is I couldn't hear like anytime they were screaming, like basically anytime a scene from the trailers showed up, the next 45 seconds were gone. So I can't actually have a proper like thought about how the movie actually
It
is.
could have been The Godfather, for all we know.
It's
No,
definitely not.
no,
Definitely
It's
wasn't.
no,
definitely
it's not the
not.
fucking
But like,
Godfather.
but I will say,
but
I
like,
will say,
I
like
don't know. I have no idea how to like actually judge it because I couldn't hear 80% of it.
the them yelling was not pissing me off because I couldn't watch the movie as well. It was more pissing me off because I was getting a fucking headache in this
Dude,
dark room full of noise with a giant bright screen directly in front of my face. And like the only thing that I was there to do was to watch the stupid movie, and I couldn't even do that because of all the freaking noise. So
Right?
then
Facts.
I started getting so mad at these kids, like
No, actually.
we
absolutely livid.
dude,
It
I was
Yeah.
pissed me
already
off so
I had
bad.
a headache before the movie started. Trailers.
Yeah, no, purely because of them yelling, or like you
Dude,
had one before we
Yeah,
got to the
no,
theater.
Grant,
like
you don't
I
understand.
didn't
It
have a
was
theater
so
before.
loud in
Previews,
there,
yeah.
and then the Superman trailer played.
Dude,
Oh,
that
And
was
That's
like
the
the
wow.
only one
quietest
of
they were
solace. We
in
needed to
these
have
Like
Guys,
a kid
I
made
fully,
they
I
made a
think
few
I'm
comments.
fully aware. You guys were standing
Uh,
in a box with 100 teenagers in it at the same time.
Pretty
oh,
much.
true.
I
But-
can understand how miserable that must have been.
The second the trailer played, though, it switched to like an actual theater. It was so dead silence. It
Yeah,
felt
dude.
wrong.
They needed to just play the
They
freaking
weren't-
Superman trailer on repeat that entire time, and I would have been happy.
Interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
it-
The
that was-
also you just have to be ready for that when you go to see a movie like this.
a movie that is just a
Mario
meme.
wasn't like this.
Yes, because
'cause
Mario,
Mario
is
wasn't a
for
meme.
young kids. Mario is popular
Mario
with
wasn't a meme.
kids.
But
Minecraft
look,
is popular
also,
with teenagers.
Also, we
Yeah.
didn't do
No, you and I went to
Wait,
Cinemark that people had.
no,
the-
but we also didn't do
Hard.
Mario on a Friday night of prom. Yeah, we didn't know it was prom season.
Oh yeah,
Honestly,
that'll
I
do
don't-
it too. Yeah.
No, for
There-
sure. I wasn't the
like-
only one in a suit. It was kind of crazy.
But I think it's because
So you blended
they-
in. You got away with it. You. Oh, I can't believe that. I can't believe you got away with it because it's prom season. Are you kidding me?
Grant, he
Oh.
got dabbed up by a few.
He did get dapped up by a couple kids.
Listeners, I know
Yeah,
you can't
it's-
hear how loud I'm rolling my eyes right now, but I am.
But the rest of us can.
Well, yeah,
For
y'all
sure.
get to see it. That dude, come on, man. Cooper does stupid stuff like that, and he gets away with it just because it happens to be
Yeah.
something totally ununrelated going on at the same time. But if
Yeah,
I
you-
went to go
Any of the
do something
restaurants
like
try
that,
to
I
do it.
just get
Right.
looked at weird.
There was a girl who obviously came from prom because she was all dialed up to like the nines in like a
No,
prom
she's
dress.
just like that from the Minecraft movie.
Bro, no one is dressing like that for the fucking Minecraft movie except for your dumbass.
Cooper, you need
Crazy.
to find you a woman that would dress up nice to go see the Minecraft movie with you. That's who you need,
I do.
I think.
I do. That's my biggest want and need right now.
A pretty girl to go see the Minecraft movie with.
Bro has his priorities a little bit mixed.
Hey, but they're in
No,
order.
that's straight.
They're in order.
You know, that's true. That's true. That's true.
They may be off-putting, but they're in order.
Hey, they're understandable.
Okay, anyway, so
There's no-
besides
no
y'all's horrible
confusion.
experience with a
But
bunch
they
of
are
stupid
understandable.
teenagers,
the movie was pretty
The
good.
movie, from what I could tell, it
lot-
was solid.
The movie was
Like-
funny. It was the actual plot line, quote unquote, of the movie was god awful.
It was.
It
dog
was-
The
water.
movie
It
was
straight dog
funny. I
water.
will
But
not lie. The movie
if you
was
go in with really low expectations, like I did, I actually got a really solid movie out of it. I was like, okay, I'm happy with it.
For what
'Cause I
you
wouldn't even
heard.
think- From extremely, yeah.
From
From the visuals of the movie, since we
the
couldn't
visuals
see
were fairly nice for Lionsgate.
Dude, the visual, the
honestly.
CGI actually looks great. I
why
won't
didn't y'all
lie.
just
I'm
start
so-
like farting or something?
That's
I mean,
Dude, just yell bomb.
think
Why did
of
we
that.
yell bomb?
okay, don't do that. No, well, that makes you have
No,
to
that's
stop
how you
watching
get
the movie too. That's
arrested.
against
Never,
the.
never mind.
that's
Never
how you get
mind.
arrested, dude.
There-
My bad.
Before Cooper and I went to the movie, someone had posted on Twitter how in their theater, the CGI was unfinished for the movie. Like they posted a video of it, and we got to that scene, and I was so upset our CGI was actually finished.
so crazy.
So wild.
I wanted it to be unfinished.
Bro was
Alex
playing
is
on the movie's
insane.
downfall.
Correct. He always does.
No, actually.
I mean, Loki, I was too. I thought it was gonna be funny, but it was gonna be shitty.
No, for sure. I enjoyed it. Honestly, like I think it's not a good movie in this.
Well,
like,
yeah, because it has
story-wise, but-
Minecraft things, and it referenced Herobrine, and you're like, wow.
No. But like, it's literally like I like Jack Black. I like Jason Momoa. They're already like my favorite actor. Like some of my favorite actors. Like if they had Owen Wilson, peak immediately. But like
That would have been funny, honestly.
They had Owen Wilson.
actually,
Just Owen Wilson, and all he ever says in the entire movie is "Wow."
yes.
Wow.
I think it was fun because the actors they just had fun. It felt like, so I liked it.
Well, all
I
right.
thought it was really weird that the like one of the best actresses in what's that movie? And Wednesday just shows up in the freaking Minecraft movie. I'm just like, damn. This movie is mid as hell. Why are you why are you in this movie?
I will say it was really cool. There's a scene where they had a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers play, right? Play some parts, and there's a scene where they do some redstone that's not actually possible in the game. Or at least a redstone trap that's not actually possible because of how the atoms work. So I thought
What
that
did
was
they
cool.
do?
The cactus thing instead of the arrows for the
Oh
dropper,
yeah,
because that's not possible in the game because you'll just pick them up.
true.
And apparently, the redstone YouTuber Mumbo Jumbo came up with that because he was just on set, for that for one of the scenes, and he suggested it.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. Dude, the craziest part is how well it's been selling, or whatever the right word would be for that. But like,
It's teenagers.
I'll say that's
They
not
have.
wild at all. I expected it to be. I
I mean, it's
expected
like
it
kind
to
of
sell
crazy.
like stupid well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like it should it or deserves to, but I was definitely expecting it to.
No, it makes. I mean, it's like I said before we even went to go see. It's like it's the number one video game, best-selling video game of all time. So I'd be surprised if it didn't do well.
I don't know if I can from the gate though. That's pretty impressive.
Dude, yeah, out of the gate, and it's already sold better than Sonic 3 did in an entire month. So must be a good movie. We need 5 Minecraft movies now.
It beat out Mario for opening weekend.
Mhm.
That's hilarious. We need
I
5.
do think
Dude,
it was pretty cool they
10.
teased the second movie already. I don't actually know if we're gonna get one. In fact, that'd be kind of
It will. It made
surprised,
so
but
much money
It
opening
definitely
weekend.
will, because how well
I
this
don't
sold.
want one though.
The sequel will sell terrible, and then they'll go, all right, we're done. But this one was gonna keep selling well, I think, and they're gonna drop.
No, I don't think the second one will sell sell bad.
You don't think
No.
that should be? Like, yeah, people be like, oh, we can go into the. Yeah, you're right. It'll sell well.
Bro, they just need to launch it like in time with everyone's 2-week Minecraft phase.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's get some
But yeah,
final ratings on the movie and move
I
on.
think genuinely for just like a funny movie, I think it's like a solid like 6 or 7 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, like
I think even as a funny movie, it's like a 4, a 5, maybe.
because like
It's
I'm taking it like an Adam Sandler movie. You know, you don't take it seriously at all, and you're gonna have a good time.
Okay.
I would put it at like on a regular scale, probably about 5.5. On a good to so bad it's funny, -7. Like it's pretty solid on that scale, but it's as an actual movie, it is sure
It is
a movie. It is certainly a movie.
It is
Yeah.
definitely a funny movie, but
For plot, that's when you get below the
it's
5s.
funny
and
because
that's very
it's
low,
funny because
but
it's horrible, not because of anything else.
I think it's got some great jokes though. I won't lie.
Like a 4 or
Yeah,
5.
but that's
and then
like
the
that's what I'm
negative
saying.
scale of
It's
it.
funny, but it's not like a
But I
great
already
movie.
mentioned that.
No, yeah. Plot not so great, but the like an Adam Sandler movie. There's not really much of a plot, but it's like funny. I think that's the best way to look at it.
Cool. All right. Download station game of the week is Crazy Taxi. Hey, let's make some
Dude.
crazy money. Dude, I
Let's
love that. I
go.
love
Pretty
that
fun.
intro. Crazy Taxi is a great game. It's one of those great
so
3D
deep.
arcade games. There's not a I think like the amount of good 3D arcade games is so much smaller than the amount of good 2D arcade games. But Crazy Taxi is one of those blessings of an arcade game. is so
The
good.
score is great,
I
or the
thought that
OST is
it was
great. I mean,
fun, but Jesus Christ, how do you get more than like 3,000?
higher timer, but also
Get good.
Yeah, but
bro.
we were all doing 5-minute timer. Like the timer
There's
wasn't
button
gonna change 'cause
combos
we
and stuff to
already
get
had-
boosts and
Yeah, there
things
are
like
button
that.
combos.
there's you
gotta-
can drift and do other tricks that I bet none of us were doing.
I
You
tried,
can get, like,
but
crazy.
at least
I
I
can't
tried.
do 'em.
on the
There's like
GameCube
crazy
version,
boost.
yeah, I did it once on accident, but I tried for like 5 minutes and I couldn't get it to work the way that said in the
There's like
booklet.
crazy stop,
Oh.
crazy boost, crazy drifting. Like all of those will get you bonus points.
Mm,
Just like how you would get like stuff added to your fare for driving crazily through the traffic.
yeah.
I assume I'm the only one with the obscure knowledge of how to switch vehicles.
How to switch vehicles?
Yeah, I didn't drive Gina's regular car. I drove a bike.
Oh,
Alex is
interesting.
disqualified.
Alex is insane. Confirmed.
If you got hit, you went flying. But if
I will
you
say, yeah, it's like it's a fast car, but like literally compare like I use Gus's car, which is literally a tank. A bus, get out of my way, bro. I slap him, get out of my way. Hit if
No, but Gina's like actual car is fun as hell. Like you just
Yeah, it's so it's so
avoid
good.
shit with her car. Like
I know, but this is essentially her
a cheat
car.
code car. It's like a
But-
Konami code car.
It's not that hard to
Mm.
log
But
Maybe
like
not.
it's just fast, but it's not. It literally has no defense essentially.
in. Basically, you get hit, you go flying, but it's
You
the
yeah.
fastest one.
I'm gonna turn off my camera.
And then
while
I would always start. There's a lady at the beginning of the game, of the run, where if you back up to go to her, she'll always ask to go downhill, and her base fare is more than $400.
Yeah, I hit that one.
I did not hit that one.
So I would
I did
always take
not.
her down the
I
hill.
skipped the first three in front of you, and then I went to the one that's like on the left side of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
That's mine. They were green, I'm pretty sure.
I think other than Kyle, this is gonna be a very close race.
excuse you.
No,
You
I
said
know
you were
at
struggling
least.
to beat 3,000. Dude.
I know that everybody at least got B because
No,
I
you said
saw
above three. You said above
the
3,000, right?
achievements on Steam.
Okay, so from worst to best, last place Kyle, 3,378.43. Fourth,
Still
Sorry.
good score, dude.
That is a good score. But
yeah.
that's
To be
funny.
fair,
Garrett was a hater.
all
for no
of these are
reason.
Class B licenses.
Also, you have all played this game before. I played
No,
for my
I've never
very first
played
time.
it.
never-
on
Then
No,
I have.
I
no,
played it
I've
for the
never
2
played
hours
this.
I played it
I
for
will
the
give you that.
show.
I have
I've-
played this game
I've
before. I
never-
did play back in
Everyone but me and
January.
Cameron has played before, and I still did all right. So I don't want to hear it.
Still
No, you
last
actually
place,
did good for
buddy.
your first
Eat
time.
it. Sorry.
Yeah, last place.
Right.
Fourth place, I believe, is Cameron at $3,403.36.
Damn.
Third place is me, $3,453.89.
All right, Cooper. Who did better?
Second place, we have Alex, $3,632.51. And Cooper, number one for the third time on the show with $3,916.
Crap.
10
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know
Yeah.
how you did that. My best
Yeah.
run was 7 customers, and I grinded for like 3
Dude.
hours, and the best I could
I
get
was-
was like
10
7.
customers
What?
several times. I just don't know how to do any of the freaking tricks or anything.
I mean, I didn't
literally
use
logged
any
in.
of the
I got-
tricks
Literally,
I mean, I'm one of
because
my
I don't know how to
runs
do them
that-
either.
So,
How did I suck so bad and I had 10 customers?
So I got
Bro,
It-
I'm annoyed now.
I got 10 customers on one of my worst runs.
Well, yeah,
I was,
but the you can
The-
get
the
more customers, but you
don't
get less
matter.
money.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
like,
the
red. I was gonna say
Yeah.
you can get a bunch of reds and you'll have like hella
Um,
people, but like no money.
I'm one of the on my second best run. I had 9 customers,
nice.
And then I don't know how
Yeah.
many I had on my
Literally-
top because I missed the chance to take a
My
picture real
last-
quick.
I
didn't
I
have it
literally
on.
got the last guy in my car with a matter of like 10 seconds left on the clock, and his place, he was a red. I literally had to like do a huge giant like U-turn basically and go
It
all the way
takes
around the building.
so long for them to get in the car.
Dude,
Yeah, I dropped him. Sorry, hold up. I dropped him off with like a quarter of a second left on the clock, and I was like, "Let's go!"
I kept messing up when they wanted to go to the hospital, like because I'd go the long way, but if you
Yeah, I have no idea.
not
how
that
you
I don't think it, dude. I
traverse
don't
the
think it would have
second
helped though. I don't think it would have helped though, because the only person I might have been able to beat with a little extra time would have been Grant, because Cooper. Alex, you said A rank was 4,000, right?
It is 4,000.
Yeah, Cooper almost got A with 5 minutes. So like, I don't even know.
Yeah, that was like literally. That was no recreating that. That was so.
Yeah, Cooper went hard, dude.
Yeah, and I literally tried it the next night after that because you can see 0604 because it's like European or whatever. And I got closer at 3.7, but I was like, dang.
I think you should try it with the fast car.
Honestly, yeah. But like Gus, I literally have gotten so used to just hitting buses and going, get out of my
Oh.
way, boom, and
It-
just keep
the
going.
fast car might actually mess you up.
I think so, but with my play style at least.
So yeah, Crazy Taxi, great arcade game.
I enjoyed it.
Dude, awesome arcade game.
Yeah,
I had-
give it a solid
It's
9.
Like-
fun.
Had a good time.
It's definitely
I'm
fun.
not good at it.
I'm not
but
good at it at all, but it
it's-
is definitely a fun game.
There was improvement.
like
I
it.
actually I could see myself gradually improving. I just
Same.
didn't know where all the little secrets were.
Yeah, I could see that I was getting better each time I did it, but I was still like,
I'm not gonna say it was every single time because there were times that I did worse, but like it
oh
got
sure, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
yeah. There was a gradual improvement. Like
Yeah,
I've had worse.
for sure.
Okay, so with that, on to the meat and potatoes of this show. Only took an hour to get there. The Nintendo Switch
Oh god.
2. It is finally here. Announced for a release date of June 5th for a price of $450. But
Before
as
tariffs.
we all probably already know, if you're listening to this, the tariff things, we don't know when we're going to be able to pre-order it, and it's probably not going to be $450. But it is still coming out on June 5th, so they say. So I thought what we would do is give everybody a kind of an open floor to give their thoughts on it, and then we'll run through the direct. Couple things I want to say though before we do this. It is
Yes.
valid to be upset with the price. It's valid to also not be upset with the price. Yes, we understand that the Switch 2 is not critical.
It's not
if you hear
valid
us,
to be upset with the price and then buy the game.
yes.
Yeah.
We understand that the Switch 2 is not something critical to life, so don't take us too seriously when listening to these complaints. Okay, this isn't insulin, it's video games. So no matter what something may come off as, just figure that was a good thing to say.
Yeah, no, it is.
And also, for anybody listening, if you don't like it, then like the Switch 2 for what it is, great. Don't buy it, but also please don't bully people for them choosing to buy it. And also, if someone doesn't want it, don't bully them for not wanting it, because that's fine. Okay? There's a lot of toxicity going on online right now about this.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All need to chill.
Also,
both
It's
sides.
a lot
just
of
a stupid
misinformation
tablet that
about what
plays
the Switch
stupid
is.
games on it. It's not a big deal. So let's
Real.
all take a chill. And with that,
Agreed.
I'd like to offer someone the first stab. Who wants to give their thoughts on the
Okay.
Switch? All right, Alex, what you got?
So I was a little disappointed by the console price initially when we saw it, but like, I think it's fine.
Now knowing that,
It-
that the tariffs are coming, 450 doesn't sound too bad.
Well, no, it's not even the tariffs related to it. It's just like, it's more like, I don't think if there were months of people saying it was going to be 400, that
It would have hit us hard.
yeah, knowing it's 450 before tariffs or no tariffs or whatever happens. But I think it's the game prices, and we kind of need to see what this fluctuating prices means
Yeah, the
Yeah.
game
more than
prices are
freaking out
ridiculous.
because Mario Kart 8 is 80, but like Donkey Kong isn't. And
No, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they were saying on the thing there was like 80 for the digital
no,
download
that
and
is
90 for the.
misinformation.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is
misinformation.
There is so
So
much
it's 80 for the physical? It's
misinformation
80 for the
about this
physical?
console. Yes.
It is $80 flat. It's 90 euros, which is where this 90 came from. So Europe's getting extra screwed over there. It's just $80 here
As always, honestly.
flat.
But I think the euro is a little bit less than $1 now. It used to be that it wasn't, but I think now it is. Like I don't think that the euro is
It's like but that I think
worth
that's
as
what
much as
drives
the
me up
dollar
the
is.
wall. Is there's so much misinformation about what the Switch 2 is and things
A
about it
euro is worth $1.10.
because
Interesting.
Uh,
the people were posting because someone asked like one of the help desk people, hey, do the Switch 2 boxes come with a download code in the game or what are they? And they were like, no, it's a download code. They don't know anything. They're just people who just answer questions to get people to shut up because they know that saying we don't know won't get people.
won't
What it
satisfy
is,
'em. The
it
third-party
is
games are
confirmed
digital
from
though,
the
right?
Nintendo UK site. I'll get to that. Let me do the Switch 2 one.
I got you.
The Switch 2 versions is a Switch 2 version of the game. It is not a Switch 1 cartridge and a download code. It is so Breath of the Wild will be a red cartridge for Switch 2 instead of being that Switch 1 card.
Yeah, so it's
Great
just
console gens,
it's
let's
just got the
go.
update on it.
You asked about third-party games. There is a marking for the box for what is like Fortnite and stuff like that, just like the Switch 1 had, that are games that don't have actual games on them. They are just unlocked cards.
And I hate that.
And the
I'll
stupid thing
always
is,
be against
like,
that.
you don't even need. Oh no, that's another thing. Never mind. Ignore me.
Very good.
But it will be marked just like the Switch 1 was.
Okay.
I guess Fortnite's not the exact example.
Fortnite's
It's
not a good
like
example.
it's bigger
because-
games
Yeah,
that
like
third parties don't want to shell out the
2K.
money for.
2K.
Yeah,
was
like
digital.
2K will be one of these games where it will have the marking on the box and the key card in the box is a key that will get you the game, but you will have to download it.
Okay.
But not every Switch game is like that.
Okay.
Well,
So
that's at least something.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's not really a whole lot. I don't know. A lot of things got spun up from the like, oh well, we've seen this before. They're probably gonna do this. Well, like for example, like with the cartridges, that turned out not to be true, or like, the $90 thing. Like it's like they've done it before, so like a lot of people just accepted things at face value because Nintendo's had or really every company over the past few years has had the tendencies of raising prices and doing things in a less consumer friendly manner. So like all of the stuff people were saying was just being accepted for what it was and being spread around before anyone ever asked like, is this true?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Um, I
Uh,
don't know.
I agree. I think the hardware itself is valid for the price. It yes, it is more expensive, but also Steam Decks start at $400. This thing is more powerful than one, so I think it is perfectly fine. Uh, Game prices, yeah, that's kind of tough, bud.
Yeah.
If
Game prices are not
Yeah,
great.
game prices.
it's rough. The
But
only thing I can really tell you to do is not to buy it if it bothers you, because Nintendo's not going to do anything different if they keep
if
selling
you do
everything.
No.
buy it, because
Uh,
like if you complain and still buy it, you're literally going against your whole argument, essentially.
Yep.
yeah.
Like,
Um,
and people, I've seen people try to defend it. It's like, oh, the game's content is worth its price, and no,
No.
dude, because if that was the
Well,
case,
well, I mean,
it's
if
if that,
so
it's
that's
worth it to
kind of
you,
a
it's fair to buy
I
it.
mean, that's
yeah.
fair, but
That's
Well,
like,
and
it,
I'm
if
more
I've
on
said
grants,
it
but
before.
like a better example is video games have not gone up in 20 years.
That's what I was
They
going to say. Like
dropped
that too,
I've said that several times that like the quality of games has only gone up and the price has stayed relatively the same. So this is
It's
probably
not shocking
Nintendo
it's eventually
trying to
got to go
open the
up.
door to higher game prices.
and we should shut
But
it quick.
that yeah, we need it. Like if the community, if the gaming community doesn't want to be paying those prices, then they need to fucking say something instead of just being like, oh, okay, I'm gonna roll over and let Nintendo take all my money. Because
Also,
Well,
the argument for
Because
game
I
prices
personally can't
going up is
afford that.
false because the scale of video games has continuously gotten bigger and more popular, and like economies
that's
of
awesome.
scale, that's how it works. When something gets
That's also
bigger, it's
true.
cheaper per
That's also
unit.
true.
So games have been able to stay the same price for that reason, and gaming still getting. I don't know. I don't accept that argument.
Also
If
true.
if they just want to charge $70 for it because of development or whatever, that's fine. And if it bothers you, just don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Like
Right.
it feels like I'm beating a dead horse saying this, but if it bothers you, this is why the Steam Deck exists. This is exactly why it exists. If it
true.
doesn't bother you, then buy it. Who cares? And if enough people don't buy it, then Nintendo will make it cheaper again. And if
Do
enough
the
people do,
3DS
then they
thing.
will.
Yeah,
It's like it's I don't know. My best advice is to do what I'm going to do, which is the Nintendo Switch becomes a Nintendo box and you play the Nintendo stuff on it that you can't play anywhere
And that's
else.
it.
And
Mhm.
everything else is on the Steam Deck because you get everything for a tenth of the price and
Yeah.
it plays games
Yeah.
just
Okay.
as fine.
And if
And
you like, if you really need the game, great.
I
But like
personally
a
think
lot,
most
like,
Nintendo games are worth the money when you're only buying the Nintendo first party games. And like obviously not everyone is going to be a 10 out of 10 hit, but most of the ones that I buy are to
yeah,
me.
no, that's
So
fair.
they're worth it to me, but like it would not be worth it to me to buy all my games on the Switch 2 because of that price. Like I'm okay paying 70 less frequently for games like Zelda or 3D Mario's and like the Mario Kart and the Donkey Kong and the whatever because that's like a couple times a year that those games come out, like the really big ones. Um, but yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't recommend staying on Nintendo
No,
Switch as like your main
and
platform.
yeah, but like going back to the argument where like the price, with the price scaling with the amount of content in the game is so stupid to me personally. Because if that were the case, then like games like Minecraft and Terraria with hundreds of hours worth of content in their games, they would be worth literal thousands with what they can offer.
Well,
And
because they
like,
offer limitless possibilities, which would in turn, if using that argument would in turn offer or call for infinite, like infinite money, which obviously no
true.
one
Also,
has.
Minecraft isn't the best argument when they have a store that they sell things on and make a lot of money from that store.
Okay, but Terraria, it goes on sale for $5, and it's like literally an insane game.
Yeah, one of those games that you can literally play for hours on end and still have shit to do.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but I mean, that just it. This is just once again restating to some people it is worth it, to others it is not.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, that's
I
fair.
think what we're doing on the show is just giving like our opinions on
Yeah, like
if
my
we
personal
think it's
Yeah,
opinion.
worth it or not.
I agree. I'm not trying to be reductionary. I'm just saying like I don't know. I'm sure you guys can have already
If-
agreed with the sentiment of like how much crazy talk there's been online
Yeah, for
about
sure.
the Switch 2.
Look,
Oh,
So
dude.
Absolutely.
The online community since the Switch 2 Direct has been
Terrible.
absolutely ridiculous,
It's
dude.
been
Yeah.
insane.
Like
It's
on
not
both
just
sides. It's not anybody
It's not
in
one side or
particular.
the
It's
other,
dude, the
both
no.
sides, and they're
The Steam Deck
ridiculous.
subreddit and the PC Master Race subreddit
Oh,
have
I
been
guarantee.
They're
I
blowing up.
guarantee it's
Oh, I
ridiculous.
bet.
they're the same. It's just the same, but flip the
Yeah,
coin to
it's
the
the
other
same
side.
subreddit.
It's the same stuff.
Arguments.
Uh,
Same.
Yeah,
Ha, ha,
I've
ha.
had to get off Reddit because like either I click on a post and it's a Nintendo Reddit, and they're all like, XYZ. This is why
Prices are
it's
so
best.
high.
Everything's fine. Go to
Yeah.
PC subreddit. They're doing the usual circle jerk. PCs are awesome and super cheap, and I hate Nintendo and everything they stand for. Just screaming at their
Pirating
phone.
Piracy
Hey.
is more
I
illegal.
hate. Yeah, piracy is a moral right, and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, oh my god.
No, yeah.
So
I-
It's insane, dude.
I know
I
this
hate it.
isn't completely a part of it, but someone posted the new boxes with the Wii U style logo, and I like it a lot.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say-
I miss standard size DVD boxes. That's a discussion for another day,
Yeah.
but I do miss those. What were you gonna say?
I will. Yeah, I will say though, like if someone wants to spend $80 on the game, I mean, that's their choice.
More
I'm
power to them.
not against that necessarily,
Yeah.
but if they're going to complain about the price, then quite literally they should
And
not
then
buy it.
yeah,
Dude, I think the insane thing is stuff that
I agree with
is
that.
getting the Switch content, like the Switch 2 content, but they're charging $80 for it. That's where I have an issue. It's like, okay,
What?
you didn't.
Sorry?
So like Super Mario Jamboree, right? Like they didn't consider it content heavy enough to charge 70 for it. But
And now they're charging
what
even
little
more than
we've
that.
seen,
Yeah.
because we haven't seen a
Do we
lot
know
of
Super
like the
Mario Jamboree's price?
Jamboree is 80.
Yeah. The new
That-
the new
that-
version of it is 80. Or you can, if you already have it, you can upgrade it for 30.
For 30.
And you already
What?
That's what they said on the direct. You
Oh
can
my
upgrade it
gosh,
for
dude.
$30. Which
I
is
don't think that-
literally
I didn't
like,
think. Wait, they didn't say that in
didn't
the
the
direct,
original-
did they?
yeah.
I didn't think
They
they
didn't-
said that in the direct because
They
they
didn't
didn't.
list
They didn't list
upgrade.
any prices in the direct. That was the problem.
Yeah, so there's a
Man.
lot of there's even more information about that.
Almost
Misinformation about that.
positive I
going
heard
on.
that.
No, they didn't because they didn't list a
I've
single
watched
price.
that
They
thing
didn't even list
3
the
times now.
direct price.
Hmm.
Or like the Switch 2 price. There's no way they'd announce that. But like, because I mean, Zelda is only 10. There ain't
So
no
is
way you're
your-
telling me there's
Is your
more content
Jamboree
there.
price because of Europe?
No, that's Walmart. Walmart.com under their Switch page, Switch 2 page has it listed as $80.
I think that's probably
Hmm.
because they're just gonna charge $70 for their games now. So what was 60 is just now 70. That's like, but also, PlayStation already did that, and I mean, to be fair, I did the same thing with PlayStation, which is like, okay, now the PlayStation plays exclusives and nothing else. Cool.
Yeah. To be
And a lot
fair,
of those exclusives go over to PC now.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
long enough.
that since
Yeah,
you
you have to wait a
can't
little bit longer
actually
where you can
pre-order
still-
it, and I could be wrong, and I'll admit I'm wrong if it turns out. But since you can't actually pre-order it, there is a chance Walmart is just putting the $80 price tag because that's the most expensive thing you can buy on the Switch for games, and just putting it there for Jamboree in case it is, because they don't want to put a lower price if it turns out to be something like 70.
I mean, sure.
I feel like that's some cope, dude.
I think that's fair.
That,
but
yeah, that did smell
I
like
genuinely-
That's
Europe's
some copium.
prices put it closer to 70.
Yeah, but Europe's prices are
yeah, but we're in
all
America,
over the board.
and we're literally about to have a lot.
Yeah, I mean, now there's no telling. Every game could cost $100 depending on how all this tariff mess goes.
I was
So
gonna say.
really, it doesn't matter anyway if it's 70 or 80 because we don't really
Dude,
know what it's
it's
gonna be.
I don't want to get into politics, but also, oh, I'm gonna raise 50% tariffs if you don't back off on yours. What? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, it's
Not great.
not great.
yeah. Uh, there are some DLCs or Switch 2 upgrades that will come free if you are a Switch Online member. I'm not sure which ones those are in totality. I'm pretty sure the Zelda ones are included in
Both
that, though.
Zeldas are. I think those are the only two that have been announced so far, though.
Mm,
They also got confirmed to be regularly $10,
yeah,
which is the price point I predicted from
oh yeah, because that's what like
Sony's.
PlayStation did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've all got that out. Now on to the direct itself. Starting off, they gave a show of the new Mario Kart World. It's like sort of semi-open world Mario Kart. That might sound
It
gross
is.
to you, but it's a lot better than it sounds.
It is open world though. Like there's a mode for it.
Yeah, but like, there's still the Grand Prix and stuff, like where it's,
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know, it's sort of kind of open world. Um, there's costumes. There's weather now. Weather conditions matter.
Also, day-night cycle.
Day-night
Sorta, kinda, somehow.
cycle. You can drive virtually anywhere. You drive between races in the Grand Prix, like so you
do
physically
not have
drive
to,
from
though.
race to
you
race.
can turn it off.
That's good to
Dude,
know.
I don't want to turn that off. Well, man, maybe if I'm losing a lot, but like,
Crazy.
I think it's gonna be fun.
I do think it'd be cool.
Knockout Tour, get knocked out if you're below the lowest spot available. So they're basically just adding an F-Zero mode.
Yeah. Right.
There's a free road mode, which is the open world part that you drive around the entire map. You can also drive around with friends online. Obviously, will be available same day as Switch 2. There is a Mario Kart World Direct on April 17th. That will be a video all about Mario Kart World and the stuff that's coming out there.
That's Pete.
After the next podcast.
Yeah. The C
So
button
we'll
has
cover
been
it
announced
last
to
on the
be.
23rd.
Say what?
We'll cover it last on the 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The C button was announced to be the chat button. The one thing that nobody predicted, I think. There's a new chat menu now. It's basically Diet Discord on a Nintendo Switch. You can buy a camera attachment if you want. It's kind of goofy, to be honest. I'm sure there's going to be a couple corner cases where it's actually like, oh, that's kind of fun to use. But really, it is just
Discord.
Yeah, but the
Or
Wii U
Diet
was
Skype.
Yeah, but not
malnourished.
Yeah.
True, but like
it's different
It is-
when you can actually play. Like, the Wii U was essentially Skype. You're not doing anything with Skype. You're not, it breaks when you screen share. This is Discord. You can share your screen and do face call at the same time.
we're at 5 FPS. Let's go.
5 FPS.
Yeah, you can watch your friends play literally at 5 FPS. You can see their faces in a camera with a zoom background green screen effect thing going on at like 15 FPS.
Oh yeah.
The C button
can
pulls
have-
up that chat menu, and you can also. Oh yeah, the
and
microphone.
Yeah.
They use like
Oh,
a
install the
bunch of
controllers.
sound processing to separate your voice
Supposedly.
from all the other noise in the room. Yeah, we'll see how well that works out, but supposedly they do a bunch
Yeah,
of
I
audio
don't know.
processing to microphone input that's placed on the Switch 2 itself, so you don't need headphones or anything. You can just talk.
I will say, I
Also,
do
it
like,
is free for roughly a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you if you want to use Game Chat, you have to have Switch online after like a year in.
Oh, okay. So
So an
they're gonna
entire button becomes useless.
they're
if
gonna
you don't
do
have
what
Switch
they
Online.
did like with the Switch one, where it's like, okay, all of our online stuff is free for now. Like online
Oh
play
no.
and
I
stuff.
don't know about that. Just
No,
just the C
chat.
button.
I'm not saying they're doing that again.
But yeah.
I'm saying same
but similar.
gist.
Same idea where
Yeah.
it's like get a
Um,
taste.
Yeah.
I
But
do
like,
like
I
I do like that there wasn't really like false advertising with it. They actually showed like, hey, this is not going to run all that well,
Yeah,
frames wise.
they were very open about it being absolutely terrible.
Like straight dog water. Yeah.
There's game share for sharing games between Switch and Switch 2 systems locally. That's pretty cool. So just like a further extension of the feature we talked about last week. Into the juicy hardware details that we've all been dying to know. A 7.9-inch screen, so it's like 2 inches bigger than the current Switch. 13.9 millimeters thick. 1080p screen. 120 FPS. Thank you. They listened. 120 FPS. Praise be. Vivid LCD screen, HDR. The Joy-Cons are magnetic. Bigger SL and SR buttons. Larger control sticks that are confirmed to not be Hall effect sticks. That's kind of upsetting. The Joy-Con have mouse capabilities that we've talked about. Both controllers. Built-in microphone. 3D audio. There's a bigger dock now that's got a fan built into it. It's got a bigger stand on the back of the console. It's got 2 USB-C ports on it now, one on the bottom and one on the top. That's something that everybody bitched about when the Switch 1 came out, is that didn't exist.
Yeah.
So that's there now. More storage and faster storage. 256 gigs of it in total. Like I said, there's a new dock with a fan built in. It can output 4K 60, which is good. Backwards compatible. Oh yeah, there's only some of the games are backwards compatible. It kind of depends on a per game basis. The Switch 2 is different enough from the Switch 1 to where they kind of sort of have to emulate it, but it's not actual emulation. It's, I don't know, it's jank to say the least. So some games work fine, some games kind of work, some games don't work at all.
Yeah.
There is a welcome tour game that is like a tech demo, but it's $10 for some reason. That's very stupid. Tech demos should not be.
It should be free.
Yeah. Like they really couldn't afford to give that out for free.
Yeah, especially at 10. Like 10's not much of a loss. I wouldn't think.
Well, so what the Treehouse showed is that it's more like a super deep dive. The problem is when you present it as a tech demo and the direct, that's what everyone's going to see.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there should definitely be a tech demo.
Switch 2 game cards are red now, but they are not any different in shape, which is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to prevent people from putting those in their Switch ones.
I mean, they're not going to run.
Yeah, but like, you'd think they'd stop people from putting them in at all, so they don't mess up their console.
I think
I don't know.
it's probably the same shape, right? If you could put Switch 1 games into a Switch 2, it has to be the same shape.
It could be something similar to the 3DS, how it had like a notch on it.
It doesn't.
No,
though.
it doesn't.
Well, then I don't know.
I think they just don't care.
You screwed up your console.
If you're too
time to buy a
stupid to
new one.
read, that's your fault.
You know, fair enough.
Switch 2 only works with micro SD Express cards now. This is a similar move to the PS5 and Xbox Series S mandating certain speed of SSDs. Same shtick, but with micro SD cards now. There's a new Pro controller with a C button on it and 2 back buttons, programmable buttons. But it's now $80. So, speaking of what's worth it to you and what's not worth it to you, June 5th release date, like we talked about a lot. So there's, okay, so a little bit about the games. There's 3 kinds of games. There's Switch 1 games. There's Switch 1 games that have been upgraded, which is what they call Switch 2 Edition games, but it's the same as just a Switch 1 game with a performance boost. And then there's
And
Switch 2
maybe
exclusive games, which is obviously only for
I think
Switch
the
2.
Switch One games also have additional content for some of them,
Some of the
like the
games, not
Switch Two versions. But
yes.
not that's not a guarantee. That's not a guarantee.
You can tell
And
if it
some of
has
those,
additional content or not based on how much they're charging for the upgrade pack.
mhm,
Uh,
some of those upgrades are not in the game. Zelda, both Zeldas have Switch 2 versions, and apparently a lot of that's going to be relegated to the app, like the NSO app.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to be able to have a GPS, kind of like the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild was supposed to have. Rip. And then you're going to have like Zelda's diaries and stuff like that have audio to them through the app exclusively.
I mean, hell, that's cool and all, but I don't even care. Just give me that 1080p, 120 FPS Zelda, please. Oh my goodness. You guys will be able to see what I've been experiencing emulating this on my computer. Those games really get cranked up when you take away all of the performance issues and it
Dude,
becomes just a pure game with no
the
issue around there. It's oh man.
the fact they used the Korok Forest as their demonstration for both, or at least Breath of the Wild, peak. Like they knew exactly where the biggest pain point was. That is so smart of them.
Like we talked about, Jamboree is getting a Switch 2 version. It's getting additional content called Jamboree TV. Come with new features, cameras can be used. And yeah, it's an
I don't
upgrade
know.
pack. So yay,
The
Mario Party Jamboree
$20
getting
worth
more
of
stuff.
content.
Hard to say.
I
Yeah.
mean, no. Mario
Right,
Party
like-
DLC.
Not
True.
just no boards, from what we were shown.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
tough, dude.
That's
I don't
yeah.
know. Will I maybe get it? Sure, if I can find it on sale. I don't.
Also, like we talked about, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom both getting Switch 2 editions. So let's freaking go! This is the news I've been
Yeah.
waiting for so long. I'm so ready to experience these games like this.
Proper.
Yeah.
The way that we are intended to. Yeah.
Also, there's the Zelda Notes app, like Cameron brought up. So it's just bringing back some of the features that that could have on Wii U and some new stuff and whatever. Just another new Nintendo app. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is getting Star-Crossed World DLC.
Dude, that's
As-
actually
yeah.
for
so.
Switch 2
That's so
edition.
peak.
That actually seems. I don't know. I would not say it's worth $20, but it certainly looks more worthwhile than Mario Kart DLC. Mario Party DLC, I should say.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I am infinitely more willing to spend $20 on Forgotten Land DLC than I am on Jamboree DLC because Forgotten Land was
Oh,
actually
absolutely.
a really good game.
Dude,
I still need to
love
finish
Forgotten
it, dude.
Land.
Like
never
what I
played
played of it
any
is very
it.
enjoyable.
Forgotten Land
I never
was.
played any of it.
I
You
am
need
typically
to.
pretty
It's
down
genuinely
on the
fun.
Kirby games. Like they're cute.
I don't have
Time
it, so-
wasters.
But they're baby's
um,
first platformer.
Yeah, it's really just like
Yeah.
ew, whatever. But Forgotten Land changed that. I mean, Forgotten Land is kind of
Forgotten
different.
Land
It
was
was awesome. I
A breath
really
of fresh
enjoyed
air,
that.
dude. It was so good.
A lot of Switch games are for this series.
Metroid Prime 4 is getting a Switch 2 edition, so kind of like we predicted, it will be a Switch 1 game, but there will be a Switch 2 version with upgrades. Apparently, it's going to run be able to run at 4K 60 or at 1080p 20, depending on which one you do. That is, dude, 1080p 120 hertz in your hands. That is awesome.
That's gonna be insane, dude.
The Steam Deck OLED only gets up to 90 hertz. And now the first thing I think of is Steam Deck 2 with 1080p and 120 hertz in like 4 years is going to be awesome. But in the meantime,
Maybe they could even beat it, dude.
they'll probably do they'll probably do like 1440p or something. Because they're going to wait a few more years before they put out another console, I think. But yeah, I'm going to be so happy with 1080 120 in the palm of my hands. That's freaking awesome. Pokemon Legends ZA is getting a Switch 2 edition with better resolution and frame rate. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
That game might actually be salvageable.
No.
No, if you notice, they were very specific on what Metroid Prime would be, and then for Pokemon, they just were like, it will have enhancements.
It's hard to judge it when all we have so far is captured from Nintendo.
Yeah. They talked more about the upgrade packs. They showed off a new game called Dragon Drive, which is 3v3 wheelchair basketball using both of the Switch 2 Joy-Cons in their mouse mode. Looks very fun, but also it looks very fun the same way that ARMS looked very fun back in the day.
Yeah.
And that game, once you got it, was
Died.
like, oh. It
It's
looks
like,
fun.
This is
Looks fun, but it's like-
interesting.
I think
But it's
this
aren't
game's problem, unlike ARMS, I didn't feel this with ARMS. There's just like
a lack of color.
it's missing like Nintendo's thing, which is arguably color, but like just unique character designs. Because every character you can play in this
Looks the
is
same.
the same guy.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting idea. It's just
I don't know if it'll sell well.
I especially with game prices going up, I don't know if this is gonna be a long day one grab for me. Probably not.
They never from.
That's crazy.
Literally, though.
You're not wrong, but oof.
Elden Ring Tarnished Edition was announced for Switch 2. Now we're finally getting all the games from the past few years that would have been so awesome to have on Switch, but we couldn't have because the Switch One is effectively
Old
now
hardware.
a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
Officially has earned potato status. Old enough now.
Yes.
So Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, Hades 2 is coming over, Street Fighter version 1+2 is coming over, with new amiibo figures and amiibo cards.
Yeah.
Cameron's upset.
Why are you upset, Cameron?
$30 per figure.
Pay up, son. Or
Ooh,
don't. You
yeah.
could stop. You could
That's
stop.
rough. You could stop.
This is a great reason to stop.
I can't stop. I must keep going. So I will stop her.
I think that's sunk cost fallacy, Cameron. You know you're supposed to stop.
No. Nintendo has to stop first.
I think we need to take you to Amiibo Anonymous. AA.
That's wild, bruh.
Hello, you all have chips. So you all collected Amiibo, right? What the fuck's an Amiibo? Yeah.
Let's see.
I will say, it is interesting. Like, I understand the idea is to promote the 3 new characters. I think it should have only been 2 of them, and then like a classic character that would have actually sold and made money. But what do I know? I'm not Capcom. Maybe it will make money.
Yeah,
Real.
they're making
You
money
were
off
not
you.
From you.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
true.
That's so true. That's so true though.
Deus Ex Machina is coming over. Split Fiction's coming over. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 is coming over. The EA Sports games will be there because, of course, they will. Hogwarts Legacy is going to be there. Hitman World of Assassination. They showed a new James Bond game, a new Project 007 in the works. A little new. That's
Karen
exciting.
Yeah, that one looks
misunderstood and thought this was
interesting,
DLC.
How am I supposed
It
to
is
know?
a full game.
That's
Oh, wow.
exciting. I hope it does well. I hope this comes out and is a good game.
I hope it's actually good. Yeah.
Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD was shown.
The
3DS
insane thing
game.
is, this 3DS game does not fit on one cartridge. You have to download it because Square Enix is a bunch of cheapskates.
Checks out.
They gave you what's the small one? 4 gig cartridge, probably.
Dude, it's a 3DS game with HD graphics. What do you mean it doesn't fit?
No, it's
Like
not
that-
that it couldn't fit. It's that there are
It
cheaper
does like
options, Cameron.
yeah, it doesn't fit on whatever cartridge they used because they cheaped out and went with a smaller one.
I miss the old Nintendo, bro. With like
Yeah,
Animal Crossing on the
when
GameCube.
their console sucks and everybody hated them. Yeah, when they were nice and gave out stuff for cheap because nobody liked them.
Literally, dude.
Don't worry. It's time, boys. It's time for Nintendo to go back to being nice.
But like when they gave SD cards for Animal Crossing on the GameCube, for example, or well,
Yeah,
kind of
they
did.
They did not give SD cards. They gave the memory cards. And I know
That's
what you're
it
saying,
was.
but there
Yeah, you
are
know what I'm trying to say.
SD cards, like official ones that you can transfer your save to. I don't understand how it works, but I have seen it.
That's cool.
Or you could just use the third party ones. I guess
Mhm.
those are cheaper.
But then the Nintendo employee is gonna have to eat air bread.
Yeah, the
Because you're using
Nintendo
third
employee
party.
that's somehow getting paid because Cameron decided to buy an OEM GameCube memory card in 2025 off eBay from some scalper sap.
Literally.
Exactly.
Let's see, Yakuza 0 Director's
do it,
Cut got shown off. It's going to include a English dub of the game, 26 minutes worth of new cutscenes, and the online mode will be playable solo. That's very exciting.
Yeah, a brand new online mode, and it is exclusive to Switch.
There's no way that's going to last.
I was about to say
At least like a launch exclusive.
It'll probably be
for
like
the
a
first couple
year.
months. Okay, that's longer than I thought.
I mean, it could be shorter than that, but typically it's like deals are like either 6 months or a year of
And especially with
exclusivity.
it being something at launch, it will probably be the longer of the two.
Yeah.
True.
Hyrule Warriors: The Imprisoning War. So we're getting a new Hyrule Warriors before
Dude,
we're getting
Nintendo
a
and Code
Age of
Tecmo love each other.
Yeah, I
Mid
know.
as fuck, bro.
This is the 5th Warriors game.
Mid as fuck.
If Age of Calamity doesn't work
Run better.
well on
I'm gonna
Switch
be-
2, like if that's one
I'm
of the
gonna be
games that
mad,
has
dude.
issues or something, I probably
don't
won't buy it.
run.
I don't know if I'm gonna buy this Warriors game. If
Like,
I
it
can't
won't-
play
the
the one I
problem
already
is-
bought, I'm not gonna buy the new one.
Like I can't, because like there's scenes where it gives them like 3 FPS because there's just too much on screen, and on top of the Zelda map.
Hey, Alex. Yeah, Alex has a point. If they love each other so much, why don't they just make an update for Age of Calamity while they're at it?
Right?
Because they don't want
True. But money.
It's crazy because the other 3 released Warriors games they've done together run well, except like on a regular
Well-
3DS where Legends came out. But like the
yeah,
rest
but
of
like
the ones
that's because
run.
the Zelda, the Age of Calamity gets like its problems because the Zelda map is not well optimized. It's very pretty, but it's not well optimized.
If you're on any
adding-
of the maps that don't have the grass everywhere, it runs fine. Playable.
That's the one I used for the Amiibo video
It's just
because
if
it
you're
was
on
not painful to look at.
the grass maps.
Let's see. I'll leave off. Oh yeah, NSO. GameCube is real. It is here. They showed off Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX, Mario Sunshine, Pokemon Gale of Darkness, and Coliseum. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Strikers, all shown. It's going to be available the same day as the Switch 2 launches. There will also be a GameCube Switch 2 controller that's similar to the other controllers that Nintendo's made for the
They
NSO
added
services.
a ZL button,
I saw
but
that.
they just made it very small, and that makes me upset. They could have just put the ZR button on the other side.
Well, then it wouldn't look like a GameCube controller.
It would still basically be the same thing. It would just have the extra button.
Hey, you've had the ability to buy a GameCube controller that has exactly what you're talking about for years now from third parties. So
Yeah, but those
I'm
are
not a third
disgusting.
party.
But yeah, that's exciting because now I can have wireless. I can have modern wireless GameCube.
That's true. And
Controllers.
someone's gonna make an adapter, and then you could use it like a wafer.
That's what I mean. I would use it like a Wavebird. Like they already make those adapters.
You think they'll have to update it for the controller though?
I hope not. I assume Switch 2 controllers are going to use the same protocol as Switch 1 controllers, given that they're both compatible.
Good point.
And if not, all of those adapters usually are firmware updatable. They have like a micro B port on them or something to plug into a PC. But that's a good question. I'll have to make sure I check that. So yeah, GameCube on Switch. They're gonna be improved performance as well, higher resolution, frame rate, which is kind of cool.
Do you think this kills the chance of HD being ported?
Yes.
Because I don't think so. I think it will be far off. But
So the weird thing is, the only real case we have for like a paid port from Nintendo is
Mystery Dungeon.
64. I
64,
wasn't.
but Mystery
Yeah.
Dungeon is on
But
NSO.
both. The thing is, both of those were before their NSO ports. So it's hard to say.
I guess it might kill it. I hope not. Wind Waker HD is legitimately better.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not too. Because
I'm not holding my breath though.
like, there's just no reason why we shouldn't have access to those games. They already made them. They already put them out. Like, it's so stupid that that's the one thing that they're just not going to release. When it would be so awesome. 1080p, 120 FPS, Twilight Princess HD on the toilet. And I can't have it.
Wild.
I have to freaking plug my Wii U up in the bathroom because if I try to plug it up outside the bathroom, it loses connection. Because the Wii U sucks.
No. You watched the Lego one from Scott?
Yeah.
So you saw him cuddling the Wii U and being shocked.
Yeah, I think you
Me
posted
on
a
this too?
screenshot from that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, look, bless the Wii U's heart, dog, but I can't walk to my bedroom, which is across the hall from where I sit right now, and maintain connection on that
It
tablet.
worked. No, I get it.
Yeah.
It is upsetting.
Which is, and like now we've upgraded for a long time. We know what our savior was, and it was the Switch. It's what the Wii U was supposed to be, like halfway, and now that it's going to be even better, we still can't have like one of the best 2 Wii U games they put out.
And that is upsetting just because, like, Twilight Princess, they added a few things, but it didn't get, like, the overhaul that Wind Waker got.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, GameCube's there. Deltarune chapters 1 through 4. Oh, I think 3 and 4 are new. Those are all going to be
Yeah,
there.
they are not out.
Borderlands 4 was announced to be coming by Switch 2 by the same guy that said, "I'll feed you, baby bird."
Yeah, I heard that voice and I'm like, that's the bird man.
I heard his voice too, and I was like, "Where have I heard that?" And then you put something in the Discord. I was like, "I'll feed you, baby bird." I was like, "Oh yeah, that is that guy." Civ 7's gonna be there. 2K's gonna be there. Woo. Oh yeah, the stream broke around this point, which is awesome.
Yeah,
if you're watching,
very
it just
unfortunate.
froze. Yeah, it just froze for a few minutes, and then they
But
like
you still
halfway
had
reset it.
audio.
Yeah.
The audio was still running, which was weird.
So they showed off a bunch of stuff we didn't really get to see, but Starseeker, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming. Final Fantasy Remake Intergrade is coming. That's huge. Kunitsu, I don't even know. Takumi. Hollow Knight Silksong got shown off. Is it actually going to come out though, or did it just get shown off?
It got shown off. It said 2025 release date.
Yeah, but how many times have they done that?
Every time so far.
Every
Yeah,
time.
every year. And
Like,
how many years
literally,
are we on?
This game's not real.
This game is not real. This is a fake game.
Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, incredibly milquetoast. 2 Point Museum, Wild Hearts S, Witchbrook, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, Rune Factory, Marvel Cosmetic Invasion, Star Wars Outlaws, Fast Fusion, Shadow Labyrinth, Rydell Remastered, No Sleep for Kaname, Reanima, Fortnite, Arcade Archives 2, Ridge Racer, Professor Layton, Tamagotchi Plaza, Human Fall Flat 2, Dusk Bloods, all coming to Switch 2. Sorry for the word vomit. Stopping now because important stuff. Kirby Air Riders. Air Ride is back.
Air Riders. Air
Dude,
Riders.
Okay, straight
With
up though, like,
Masahiro Sakurai.
yeah, that was such a good announcement, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't think I did enough justice for it on the street. Like, because I showed it to Chelsea and she's ecstatic for it because that was one of her favorite GameCube games. I'm like, finally, like something I can actually get my wife to be interested in. Like,
Who will
She-
voice
she-
King Dedede? There's only been 2 actors. And they're both working on the game.
I'm not gonna lie,
The
Sakurai baited me with this trailer because
destruction.
the
You-
first like
did
30
you think it
seconds
was
being
Smash?
like a black screen. Yeah, I thought it was Smash. It's like a black screen, and then Kirby comes in flying out of nowhere, and I was like, "Hey, I've seen this one before. They did this in Smash Ultimate. Is this new Smash?" And then I was pleasantly
apparently most people
surprised.
thought, I'm like, I don't want a new Smash quite yet. Like, it'd be nice, but I need breathing room between Mario Kart and Smash, because
Yeah.
otherwise I ain't ever finishing anything.
Yeah, you are. You're just gonna stop sleeping.
Or can I?
He got you there, bro. He got you there.
Donkey Kong Bonanza also was shown off. This one actually has a release date coming out in
Oh.
July. First proper 3D Donkey Kong, open world Donkey Kong since DK64.
Mhm.
Everything's
design.
beatable. You can beat up everything in the world, dig up all the dirt and stuff. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's the
Yeah, I
new
thought
movie
the-
Donkey
the-
Kong design
like,
too.
I thought that beating up the like the terrain was pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
I've got it in rumors, but we'll talk about it now because it's not really a rumor. There was a version of the cover on Nintendo of Korea's website, and instead of Oddrock, the little purple thing, it's like a young Pauline-looking character with a purple bracelet.
Oh, I saw you send that screenshot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder what that was.
They have removed it from their website.
so it's definitely a thing,
Yeah.
but they did not
But-
show it off during the treehouse from what we saw.
So
Obviously not.
This is your Cappy, probably like the big. Oh, wow! It's way different than we thought what the game was going to be based on the first trailer, like how Cappy did. I assume.
But it's going to turn into a little girl.
Yeah, it looks like
Did
Pauline.
someone say Moemon?
But
No.
this young Pauline character looks like has freckles and looks way younger than the Pauline in Mario Kart. Which, if they were updating Pauline's look, they would have done the same thing they did with DK and just swapped it out.
I'm so
So
impressed
think-
people notice this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Nintendo.
The
People were watching
big
for
running one
info and such on the game, and I'm
I've
sure it
seen
just
is
slipped
people
through.
think this might be Pauline's daughter.
Mm.
Could be.
Well,
We
just
don't
like-
know. I don't know. That I
Who
think
did
I'm
she
probably
have
gonna
the
take that up
daughter
on launch back again.
with?
Let's go. Mario's
So
cheating on
I was gonna
Peach.
so Mario's infidelity. Got that going.
There's a game theory for you.
Well, that's better than the other one I've seen people say.
Which is
Donkey Kong.
oh yeah, forgot about that one.
That's yeah,
I'm
that is a
sorry I
decent
asked.
possibility.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was hoping you'd be able to figure it out, but Karen was like,
No,
I
know.
we're crystal clear now. I
We
mean, I'm
gotta
up to
make sure
speed.
everybody knows.
I hate this. Let's see. Okay, all the post-direct stuff. The Switch 2 is going to be sold via lottery in Japan because that's how they like to do things over there.
But also, they are getting it's not listed.
Cheaper
They're
version.
getting a
They-
cheaper version that is Japanese.
Yeah, it's Japanese
Yeah.
only, and also your Nintendo account has to be created in Japan to use it on that system.
Does it have to be created in Japan, or does it have
yes.
to just be
Created in
Interesting.
Japan. It cannot just be
interesting? I thought
Japanese
you just
region.
had to have it.
No.
That's okay. Good.
And it is $340. So obviously, an anti-scalper. We are from Japan. We are going to be nice in our home country, sort of thing.
Also, because Japan's really poor right now.
Yeah. But for everybody else, at least disregarding the tariffs that are currently up in the air as of this recording, price was going to be $450, $500 if you want the bundle with Mario Kart World digitally. There's
with $80 games, yeah, that sounds like a good deal to me.
I mean, yeah, Mario Kart. I own Mario Kart 8 physically on Wii U, but I've never owned it physically for Switch. It's stupid to have it physically. I mean, like it's cool for a collection, but like in practice,
it's so much more convenient to have it digitally. Yeah, I was done with that earlier because I'm like, okay, I gotta switch out Mario Kart. Dang it! Now, like,
Unfortunately, I do have Mario Kart physically for the Nintendo.
I
Switch.
also have it physically. I have physically for both of them, but like,
Yeah.
it is.
It are pain for sure.
I
It
would
are
have bought
pain.
Smash digitally too if
Good
they
game,
didn't come
though.
out with that super sick box bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked Cooper's bundle better though, honestly.
No, for sure.
That was
The European one was so
stupid
sick.
fancy.
Too bad it doesn't have the two characters that released before DLC. It just doesn't have the last two.
Because it would have been spoilers.
Yeah.
There's 5 new Zelda amiibo, the champions from Tears of the Kingdom.
Or sages, I guess is the proper term. Whatever.
Yeah, well, you know what you mean.
Yeah.
Both the Zelda.
They are.
Or you good?
They're $20 for everyone except for Minoru, who is
30.
like wait, she doesn't have a price yet. It's her Golem, but we don't have a price on that. I assume she's going to be like Detective. That she's releasing with Hyrule Warriors, dude. There ain't no way. But yeah, all the other amiibo are releasing day and day with the Switch 2. So it's a very expensive launch for me.
And y'all are here in Florida.
Let's go!
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
I
that's true.
can manage
Yeah.
to get one before I have to catch my flight.
As long as you get a Best Buy pre-order, go
Yeah.
pick it up
Real.
midnight. That's so cool, dude. Midnight release is gonna be so sick. But yeah, that all 4 of those are $20. Minoru looks like she's gonna be like Detective Pikachu, Mega Yarn, Yoshi size. So no telling what that's gonna be after the tariffs. But they did not announce those during the direct for some reason.
Like we talked about earlier, both Zelda Switch 2 versions are available for free if you have NSO Plus expansion. Mario Kart World is $80. Donkey Kong Bonanza is $70. It seems like they're going to be going with $70 games from now on, except for 80 when they can get away with it. And we're well on our way to GTA 6 costing $100. Multiple series
Yeah.
of Street Fighter 6 amiibo cards were confirmed. The first 22 cards are just for year 1. That is silly.
Don't they already have year 2 though? Because they have all the content from the game already releasing on other platforms. Am I insane? I feel like that. I don't know. I will say I'm kind of okay with them just doing these starter packs or whatever. Like just here's all the cards right here, boom. Because I don't want to have to do a Mario Sports deal and have to just keep buying packs because nobody actually is trading them.
Or you could just do what I did and wait 7 years and then buy a book from eBay with all the cards in it.
That that's true.
It's true.
Nah, lame.
Nah, now just
Would rather spend 10
okay,
grand.
but well, with
Literally.
them all releasing at the same time, that actually makes it easier. But there's nobody's listed a price for these yet. I don't know why, but I'm expecting like $25 because that puts it about $1 per card.
Yeah.
First party amiibo now start at $20. Street Fighter amiibo are going to cost $30.
The Street Fighter amiibo are also like half an inch bigger than the Smash amiibo.
Yeah.
'Cause
Watch
they
the
had 'em in
treehouse
the
if you
sales.
want to see all the details.
Yeah, very cool.
So then, like right after this, the tariffs got announced. So still coming out June 5th. We're just holding tight for other news. IGN reporting that the ESA responding to Trump tariffs, quote, if we think it's just the Switch 2, then we aren't taking it seriously, end quote.
Yeah, because all the other consoles are gonna spike as well. So
yeah,
if you've
everything's
been
gonna fucking
debating
spike.
yeah,
Everything.
Whatever it was, dude, I'm glad. Like it, as much as I hate that I had to buy a car this weekend, when I wasn't planning on it,
It's
it
better
might
than
be really, really good that I bought a car this weekend.
I was about to say, yeah.
Say it's way better than
In a couple
having
months,
to wait
if
until the fucking wait until the tariffs
eh,
come through, and then it's gonna be absolutely like a nightmare.
astronomical,
Atrocious.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
right.
there's
Yeah.
there's no telling how anything's affected, and I'd
I have
rather
something to add to my collector's corner, by the way. I just
okay.
spent let's see, 163 and 22 cents on cards, magic cards.
Bro was
What?
insane.
That's not something you
Oh.
need to be telling other people in public.
Let's go.
I forgot to
mean,
mention.
it
I
was it
spent.
wasn't even for 100
Bro-
cards, bro. It was for
Bro,
like
That's
70
bro,
cards.
bro got
that's
his tax
insane.
return.
Bro's addicted.
I did get my tax return. It was $1,300,
Um,
so it's not even coming out of my pocket really.
I forgot to mention on my collector's corner. I spent 4,000 on mine and mom's car.
Oh yeah,
Because
Cooper spent
I reversed as I was leaving the house. I didn't look behind me because I'm like, oh, you know, in that mind frame for the reason, I just went skirt.
I feel
Kurt is
bad,
crazy.
Cooper. I feel for you. I've done that exact thing.
Dude,
You
it
did you? So
sucks.
you hit your mom's car?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be happy
like,
you
it was
hit
guess
your
just a
what,
mom's
small
car,
Coop?
because
dent.
I hit somebody else. I just hit a random person's car doing that.
Guess what, Coop?
Oh.
You definitely won't be. You definitely won't be pulling back out or pulling backwards without looking anytime soon, will you?
No, never again, bro.
Yeah, you
That's
learn your
way
lesson
gonna
too
from it.
fucking-
expensive.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
gonna fucking check every single
Dude.
goddamn time now.
Okay, so if Grant's a part of it too. Okay, so like I was joking with Kyle, it's like in a game of Never Have I Ever, you can get out a lot of people because you can get out at least at least me and Cameron. And apparently you've done it, Grant, and then Chelsea's done it too. So she's like, "Oh, never have I ever hit a parked car." You're gonna get out a
and
lot
your
of
dad
people.
Now-
and your dad did it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dad did it to Grant.
Grant,
That
yeah,
twice
to Grant,
because he
yeah,
did it once to Grant. He did it once to Mama Holt.
or to
Uh,
our uncle.
to be fair,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
car
yeah,
that I backed
that's-
into was
yeah.
not
Uncle Jim, that's
parked.
right.
It wasn't parked.
It was
oh
not
wait,
parked.
It was driving.
I was in a bank
That's
parking.
impressive.
I was in a bank parking
That's
lot,
where-
and
That
someone
sounds
was.
like it's partially their fault.
It's the
Yeah,
the,
they
the
should
bank that
stop.
used to be Charter Bank, whatever that is now. It's like
Over by the stadium.
yeah,
Wait. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I think it's an Auburn bank.
There's
now.
like a little. It's like a corner, that parking lot, right? And I was
Yeah.
in one of the spots, and someone was turning through that corner, like going through the parking lot, when I just had my Cooper moment of like, oh, it's time to go to reverse, boom, and then just rammed right into them.
oh, drinking water.
Time to reverse right now.
Time to reverse.
Yeah, it's one thing if you hit friends or family, you can pay it under the table.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
lady.
It's another.
That lady worked at the Ace Hardware that was by the movie theater. I don't know if it's still there or not.
It's still there.
we
It's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
there.
she
the
worked
bitch
there.
Cameron hit went absolutely feral.
Yeah, she did. She wanted me arrested.
Yeah, dude, she was fucking
Wait,
psychotic.
How did they react to you, Grant?
She was like, God, like just like really, you idiot. She's like, I'm not mad. I know you know what you just did, but like, come on, dude, really? And
You
like,
know
yeah,
better,
she was
yeah.
chill because like I have insurance. Like we're gonna pay for it. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna take care of it. She's very nice, but she was like, man, you really are fucking stupid. Just like in a very nice
We
way.
were-
It's hard to explain. I agreed with everything she said. I was like, yeah, I wish I had
We were
any
going on
defense.
On a trip one year. I don't remember where exactly we were going when this happened, but we were on a road trip. And it was like middle of the day. We were tired of driving, so we were gonna get some lunch. Wanted something quick. We were like, okay, McDonald's, why not? So we go to this McDonald's drive-through, and there's a Dad had like this little, like basically like a big old basket that goes on on the trailer hitch of the car instead of like a ball. It has
Yeah.
like a little basket thing. And I guess this dude behind us was like drowsy or just old or just dumb, but like we're literally parked at the freaking window getting our food, and this dude behind us just rolls up like it just takes his foot off the brake. Like he's not even pressing the gas either. He just has his foot off the brake and just rolls up and just runs
Nice.
into the back of the freaking basket, like while we're just sitting there. Oh,
Oh.
my dad was like, bro, what the fuck? We're literally parked. We've been parked for like 20 seconds. You were literally parked behind us. And then you just randomly roll forward. What the fuck just happened?
Why? Yeah.
We never figured it out.
He probably just had one of
That's
those moments. I.
Dude,
But yeah,
literally.
It's not explainable. It's very embarrassing, but it's real.
yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Video
Look,
games.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad at
Yeah,
least
video games or
the
something
two
like that.
times.
Glad what?
I'm glad the two times I had car things happen the crash in Orlando, and the other time when, like, that was bad. But at least the other time it wasn't.
It was obviously not your fault.
It wasn't my fault or anybody's fault. Was
Yeah.
when I was at the little gas station, I was backing into a parking spot, and I hear chatter. And I was like, "Oh no!" But the glass had shattered outwards.
So I'm the only person in the call right now
I
who
didn't
hasn't
hit
been in an
anything.
accident
No,
before.
he
Oh.
did. Oh. Well,
No,
Well, yeah.
I'm scared
the
when we
window
go to
just
Florida this
yeah.
summer. You just jinxed it.
I'm
Good
not,
job, Kyle. Good job, Kyle.
I'm not talking about the accident.
Alex's
I was
window
in.
just
But
exploded.
I was talking about
I'm
the
just saying
glass
that I
just
am the only
shattering
person
outward because of
Dude,
a
you're
maintenance flaw. In
You're
the,
jinxing
you're
it,
raising so
Kyle.
many flags right now, Kyle.
Oh, sorry. Hold up.
Raise flags.
There, I just knocked on the wood.
Okay.
I knocked on my door.
Cooper.
Therefore,
I don't want to ride with Kyle.
That's
Why
so
not?
crazy.
I'm a good driver.
It's because it's
I've
white.
been in 3 car accidents in like
Uh-huh.
3 years.
Alex is just bragging.
And
this
so we
time.
want to ride with you. Is
So-
that what you're trying to say?
No, but
no.
you're raising flags.
But we'll balance it out, Alex. If we throw me in the car, I only get in a wreck or an accident every 3 years.
Oh my gosh!
You and
Stop
I
raising
were.
flags.
We're all gonna die. So we're all gonna die.
That's
Yeah,
not
so Alex has been in
good.
3 in 1 year.
No.
Alright.
3 across
Alright.
3 years.
Oh,
I had mine
and
with.
Cooper's been in 1
Coop.
every 3 years.
Yeah,
So
I had
yeah.
I had mine
No,
with Cooper.
shut up,
Mine
stop
with.
raising flags.
since Cooper has been driving, he's gotten 1 accident every 3 years.
Yeah, Cooper and I had the
Exactly.
one where Cooper was driving, and then someone hit my mom while we were going to pick up Haley.
That's how Alex got his PS5.
True, it
Uh,
is actually.
Yeah, it is how I
How?
afforded my PS.
Because they gave him
For the
money.
pain and
You give him
suffering
a
I
lot.
felt from being in a car accident that wasn't my fault.
That's so fucking
As a
hilarious.
passenger, let's
Viral.
make it clear. I was in the passenger in the car.
Bro, literally, you were the passenger princess and you got freaking.
Hey,
Like,
bro.
enough money to
paid
get
for
You really got paid
PS5.
more than I get in a month just because you were there.
Literally, dog. That's crazy.
Grant's just gigantic eye roll, dude.
Yeah.
That's so wild. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna eye roll too. That's ridiculous.
Dude, I need to start doing insurance fraud. Apparently that's the way to go.
No. We're okay.
No.
We're no. We're done. We're done.
No. Stop. Cut.
Reel it back in.
All right,
Before we go off into insurance fraud. Good lord. Switch 2 is not gonna have any achievements in it. Still. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Don't care.
surprised.
I
Quite literally giving 0 shits right now.
think it's
Let's
for the
go.
best. I guess I don't know.
It's
I
probably
saw
gonna
someone
do.
describe it as like a scrapbook thing, and that wasn't really a way I thought of achievements before. I just considered
It's
it
still
as
not really scrapbook because, like, a lot of games you either have them for story stuff, great, or you have them for things you would never even try. So, like, great.
I think like Henry Stickmin does it like perfectly for achievements. I think there are a few annoying
no
ones, but,
clicking.
like,
Everyone sucked.
that one sucks. But
I
like,
thought-
overall,
Pirate Yakuza's "There's a Story" achievement was pretty funny, just as a title thing.
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, take it or leave it. Achievements are, on one hand, cool motivators, and on the other hand, entirely arbitrary definitions of how to play a game.
True.
And like, it doesn't really matter. Call it lazy. Call it artistic decision. I don't know. Whatever. Like, the high I get from seeing a Steve achievement pop up on my monitor is basically
That's-
0.
Yeah, at this point.
It's not a dopamine hit no more.
Yeah, like
Right.
I'm doing it for
really wasn't
Stardew
at
because
the
I love the
beginning.
game and I enjoy playing the game, but not because I see the little achievement pop up in Steam.
I go,
Yeah.
Like,
dopamine.
I would prefer like what we've kind of gotten with Nintendo, where there's an in-game achievement thing,
Achievements.
so you get rewards for doing it. Like
Yeah.
Persona 5 had achievements on it, but like the actual challenge, but most of their like achievements in the PS4 menu was for Royal was the story stuff, which I'm fine with, and then in game there was like a completion board and it gave you rewards.
Hmm.
And I kind of prefer that method if we had achievements on the Switch.
We'll see.
The Switch 2 is impressing developers who say they're extremely happy with the new console's power, comparing it to a mid-tier PC.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it feels weird. When's like, I mean, we haven't been. This is the first time in our like conscious lifetimes that Nintendo has announced a console that has any meaningful power to it. Because normally their whole shtick has been low
Well,
power, low
so
cost hardware.
Yeah.
the GameCube was the last one with power, but it didn't have
Yes, and we
regular
got a
sized
game
discs.
too
Yeah,
because it was on
Cheap.
sale because they were
Yeah.
selling it.
yeah.
Because it wasn't selling.
Well, yeah, because
So
you gave it all the power and then shot it in the knee. But now
Mhm.
it's Nintendo is literally
I used to
just.
be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
I think
Uh,
Nintendo's literally just. They are unintentionally innovating the PC handheld market because in the same way that Apple has invented stuff or like created something, designed something, and then Android comes and copies it, and it's cheaper and often more open source and better. Uh,
Mm.
Nintendo is Apple to Steam being Android.
mhm.
Uh, which is weird to say because normally it's like Nintendo is running on a pile of dirt and some pieces of chalk
You know what?
and a
So is
dead
Apple a
fish.
lot of times. So
Yeah, true. Um,
it's the brand recognition, bro.
Yeah.
but I mean, apparently not this time. I mean, 1080p
Oh yeah,
120
trying to push
is
it.
like that's more. I mean, literally,
That
I
is
was
pretty
thinking like
good, yeah.
1080 60 because I was thought it was going to still be low power. 1080 120 is nice.
Yeah, it's very interesting watching this play out.
As we get towards the end, I found out some more information, by the way, about the question you were asking me about Dusk Bloods. You know,
Hmm.
why everyone was so
Oh
annoyed
yeah, yeah,
about it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
find some more. Everything that I can, um, everything that I can piece together, which I am in this boat as well, but not like violently so. Like it seems some of the comments you found were, um, is a lot of people are annoyed that it's going to be a Switch exclusive,
Mm.
and they're also annoyed that um well, because a lot of people are calling it Bloodborne 2, quote unquote, but it is like the only thing that's like semi like Bloodborne is the art style. But there's also like it's not just a straight up PvE game like most FromSoft games are. It's like PvPvE. So I think it said there was like I was looking at a more in-depth view of specifically Duskbloods because obviously that's like one of the things that the Switch 2 Directs like I was fucking all over it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's honestly maybe one of the only like obviously I want to play World, I want to play Bonanza, but I didn't really think that I was gonna get a Switch 2 just to be able to play those games. But I may get a Switch 2 at some point just
Hell yeah!
so that I could be able to play Duskblood. It's not gonna be anytime soon,
Also, Donkey
and
Kong. You gotta play Donkey
I would
Kong.
yeah, even with Donkey Kong, it's not enough to make me want to
Well,
buy the
I mean
game
that's fair.
because I like even though the hardware is great and the price matches the hardware, I don't think it's worth it for me to buy it. Like right now. If I had plenty of money to just throw away, yeah, no problem. but no. Um,
Yeah, $450 is a lot of money. Like I had said
that is a
earlier, like it's a
lot
good
of
deal for
money.
the hardware you're getting, but still, it is a lot of money.
That is
It
a
is
lot of
now
money.
that is now my car payment.
Yeah,
I mean
my
that's
point exactly.
like that's only a little bit shy of my rent. So
Yeah.
like that's a lot of money. That's basically paying
Hey, while you bring that
my
up,
rent
actually, that's a good
twice in
thing.
one.
Nintendo made a statement that said they're not killing the Switch one because they said they want to keep that player base engaged, and that makes sense. You want to encourage the players to at least stay on Nintendo for a couple more years until they can afford a Switch 2 or whatever. For the people that can't buy one immediately.
Or in case it fails, they want to be able to just leave it. Like they did.
I guess, but I don't know, man. Eesh.
I don't know why they would. Yeah.
It's just a thing they do between console thing. Is for like in case it fails. Because they were working on we've got like the leaked documents where they were working on like a consider for an upgrade Game Boy until it or Game Boy refresh until it did the DS was doing
oh,
getting
yeah.
bangers.
Well, yeah, they did it for that, but that's I don't know. I think that's a different thing. That was like a I don't know.
I mean, they also said they weren't ditching the 3DS. It's just kind of what they do until they're confident.
Yeah, but
in
the
their
Switch 2
thing.
is just the Switch again.
True.
It's not like a big change in what's going on here.
Yeah.
But I bring that up because like the I like that the Switch one stays engaged because they still have the entry level stuff, which like and now it's definitely not going to happen because of the freaking tariffs. But I'm
Yeah,
still holding out hope
yeah.
to see a $150 Switch Lite.
That could be. But
Get them in the door.
probably
It's
not.
like the first hit of crack. It's free.
Yeah.
Free.
Um,
Yeah, like back to Duskbloods, like most of the people that are upset specifically because they saw the trailer and originally thought, oh, this is gonna be like a Dusk or not Bloodborne 2, which
Mhm.
yeah, like the art style is very reminiscent of Bloodborne. It's definitely, it's not as gothic, but it's definitely still that very dark and more modern than like a typical like dark fantasy uh FromSoft, and also it's gonna be one of um why am I blanking on the freaking Miyazaki? It's gonna be one of Miyazaki's last um projects on the FromSoft team where he's actually actively developing as he gets closer and closer to retirement. Obviously, he's still going to be like a major consultant for a lot of their projects going forward, but he's not actually going to be on the primary team.
Yeah, I got you.
Which like a lot of people they're seeing this as kind of one of his like send-offs, and it's going to be a Nintendo exclusive, and a lot of people don't want to have to pay for a Switch just so that they can play the new game. Um,
Fair.
yeah, it's like it. That's mainly what I could piece together why people were upset about it was that like they want to be able to play it, but they don't want to have to buy a console in like a new
Yeah.
console in order to be able to buy it.
Okay.
Because most people who play FromSoft games play on either PC or PlayStation. Like that's pretty much it. There's a couple on Xbox, and there's a couple on Switch, but the only Switch game or the only Switch the only FromSoft game that was ever on any Nintendo device up until this point was DS1 remastered
That's what I was
on
gonna
the
say. I think it's
Switch.
just the first one.
Is
Yep, and
DS1
it got an
remastered
amiibo
on the
for it.
Switch. And now all of
Yeah.
a sudden I mean obviously they ported Elden Ring, which good because having more people be able to play Elden Ring, which obviously you all know that I love that game, I always think that's a great thing. Especially the Tarnished Edition, they don't have to fool around with trying to get the DLC because it's already included. So that's good. But for them to make an exclusive on the Switch, and FromSoft has not done well with exclusives in the past because of Bloodborne being PlayStation exclusive, and after 15 years, they still do not have the rights to the game. A lot of fans are upset about that, and me too. Like I'm also upset about that, but I'm not violently upset. I know that they have to make money, and this is a great way to make money, but it's also very annoying because I want to be able to play it, and I don't want to have to pay like ridiculous amounts of money in order to play it.
Yeah, that's a tough one, bud.
Yeah, but at least I got the answer to your question.
Yeah, good to know. I figured it had something to do with that, but
Yeah.
had to call a Battle Pass expert. Any final thoughts on Switch 2? I don't know, the game. Any final
Um,
things before we get out of here?
Games are
I,
exciting. They're just a bit expensive.
I think
I don't
it's
I don't know if
really
the
cool.
amiibo, like the first party amiibo, should have gone up in price.
They
I
already
think it's
kind of
really
had
cool,
though. It's just more a
and I
standard.
think that it
now.
has a ton of potential. But
For sure. I
at
think
current, I don't think it's worth the price.
it's not worth the
They're
price at
gonna
the
they're
moment.
gonna.
I
This
do
is
not think it's worth the price right now.
this is a really weak launch start though.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know Nintendo's playing their normal. We're not gonna announce it, but this is a really weak launch lineup.
But as I told Cooper and Alex, I'm just waiting for you to compromise your principles and get one so that I can play the new Mario Kart.
Oh, don't worry. Like I was dude, if they had delayed pre-orders, I was gonna figure out
His
how the hell
morals
to
are
get you
already
one.
compromised on it.
Yeah, my morals have never not been compromised. I imported power-up bands for a theme park I couldn't go
You know
to.
what's actually really funny? I got a buddy that lives in Okinawa.
That's
He can get one and just mail it.
that's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Overall, hardware
Exciting times.
worth the price. Games,
Games are
Maybe.
like look,
it's
yeah.
really just a
Will I
personal
get
question.
yeah? Will I get $80 of value out of Mario Kart? Obviously, especially with it being a launch title. But I could get I could get $60 worth out of the same Mario Kart. Like it's not that them charging more is not indicative of the quality.
Yeah.
It's just they're
Indicative of
just
we
charging
want
more.
more money.
Yeah,
For
they could charge the same
for
price.
me, this feels the same as the
I was like, well,
PS5 launch. Launch
yeah.
lineup is not
You talking
really
about
a whole lot of
the new
stuff.
one?
It's like a few new things, a bunch of stuff in the pipeline, and a bunch of
Yeah.
already existing games on PlayStation 4 that were just
With upgrades.
with upgrades either programmed or just from being on more powerful hardware.
Zelda is literally playing Last of Us right now, dude. Three console gens.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. You talking about Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so literally like I am going to get a
It's
lot of
crazy how
miles out
much
of the
of a
Switch 2 at
workhorse.
launch, the same way I got a lot of miles out of my PS5 at launch, which is playing what new stuff is there and being excited for the future, but mostly just playing games that haven't played, which in
Because
the
of the
PlayStation's case, it was because I didn't own a PS4 for very long and used to not care about those games. In the Switch 2's case, it's because the Switch One runs a lot of games like doo-doo, and haven't been.
and
I
Grant
might
has
as well have not owned
ignored.
them because I haven't played them. So like, it's worth it for me because I can get a lot of miles out of playing stuff that I just haven't been able to play.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if you're going for like fresh Switch 2 content, it is pretty sparse.
Well, I know.
I want a
Are
collector's
you
edition.
planning to
so
buy one
that's
at
my
launch,
problem.
Grant?
Say what?
Are you planning to buy one at launch?
Yes.
Yeah, he already said that.
And I
Grant
know
and Cameron.
Cameron is as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm planning. Dude, it's gonna be a very expensive launch now.
And
Trying to balance
I
that
was
with the car
talking to
payment.
Cooper.
Yeah,
I
that's gonna be
believe
pain.
Cooper's a no. Cooper, are you a no
No.
or are you a
Yeah.
yes?
No. I'm no.
Cooper's
No.
just
Okay,
gonna
that's
play
what I
it.
thought. Alex,
Sure.
what about you?
I would, but I want a special edition Switch too.
Mm. So you're gonna wait until a special edition that you want comes out?
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
just gonna
I,
play mine.
And
it
I'm,
won't.
and I'm also
It
in that.
shouldn't take them long. Odyssey's came out the first year.
Yeah, but they had a better Mario Switch later.
They
Yeah.
did have better Mario Switches.
Honestly, a 3D
I just said I
Mario
want
could
it to be
also
special in some way.
I wouldn't be
a
surprised
3D
if there
Mario
isn't a
could
Metroid
also
Prime one.
definitely a
That's
3D
my
Mario
point.
could also definitely sweeten the pot and get me thinking more about buying one. But
Dude,
I'm definitely
Well,
That-
it's obvious
okay,
the Mario scene
um,
was busy on Donkey
not
Kong.
thinking about one.
Yeah,
Right
very, very true, very true. Oh wait, oh, the fact that there's only one color scheme at launch for the Joy-Cons is crazy.
But there was also, I mean, you had
No, there were two
gray
at
or you
launch for
had red
the.
and blue, and that's
Yeah,
kind of it.
but that's more than one.
Okay, but now you have gray and red and blue all in one, and they're gonna release more. You already know they will because they're money. They want the money.
$90 Joy-Cons, dude, is insane.
Yeah, look, as
Yeah,
much as I
but
kind of liked the like multi-SKU thing,
I
let's
just
be
didn't really
real, the
care.
gray one sucks, and like
I hate the gray ones. It's so boring.
there's
Dude.
two kinds of people. Either people that like me or you that were like, yeah, I'm getting the colored one at launch. It's fun. It's colored. It's I want to have a
Yeah,
good
well, I
time.
got the colored
And
one
then
at
there
launch,
was
but,
the other type that
yeah.
were like, no, I like the plain color. And then later, like 3 years later, realized, oh, that was the stupidest decision I've ever made. So like, just make it one SKU, keep it simple. It lets there be more stock everywhere, spread out.
True.
And I don't need encouragement to buy more stupid hardware I'm not going to use. Which
I have so
I'm
many Joy-Cons, dude.
yeah, for one thing, I'm going to start selling off my Joy-Cons, the ones that aren't like collectors ones.
I got the colored one off launch, and I like it. You know, it as you said, it's fun. It's color. You know, it's supposed to
feels
be.
very
It's supposed to be
Nintendo.
fun. It feels very Nintendo. But also, I don't like if they had only had the gray, I would have gotten the gray and probably not gotten any other Joy-Cons because the Joy-Cons kind of suck. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's a
just
different thing.
get a Pro controller, dude, and they make plenty of really good Pro controllers. And you can even get
So
one
the
that's
problem
not
with that
Nintendo
is
brand
that I
and get,
want
like,
at some point I want to switch to Pro controller, but I'm not buying one
Just
at
not at
launch.
launch. Holy
And
Yeah.
I'm definitely not buying
launch-
any more Joy-Con. I'm buying zero Joy-Con. $90, dude.
That's ridiculous, dude. Yeah.
Nah. Well, okay.
That's
Straight
a
up,
bigger reason I want to wait
Like,
for
the only reason you
special
should buy
edition
one is
Switch
so that
2
if you
is-
have people over and you want to play a multiplayer game,
Yeah,
that's the
but, like-
only reason to buy.
Yeah.
But you
I
like
mean-
most games aren't gonna have more than 4 people, so just get one set of Joy-Cons
Well-
and then you're good for.
well, also, I can use my Pro controllers from the Switch on the Switch too. Why, like,
And Joy-Con.
That's
and
fair.
Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Like, I have plenty of options for controllers to use with the new system.
Okay, that is something I actually do want to bring
fair.
up. That is pretty prosumer. I know Xbox does this, but only for this past generation, and nobody likes Xbox anyway. When's the last time a console came out that
Wii U.
was fully 100% didn't need the
Anything new, yeah.
previous controller?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wii U.
the Wii's controllers worked, but you couldn't do everything on the Wii U with them.
That's okay. That's
And like,
fair.
sure, you could say the same now, but what are you missing out on? The chat button and the programmable
Ooh.
buttons, which is
Yay.
but
Not
that's
that cool.
none of that is required to do everything you need to do. I mean, yeah, you miss out on the chat, but if that really
Oh,
bothers you that
no.
much,
Yeah.
then you probably are okay
Bye.
with buying the controller. So
What could you
But
not do
also,
on
I
the
don't think so.
like?
Well,
There were,
also,
You-
I
you
guess,
couldn't
there's game
control the
stuff you
screen.
couldn't do,
You
but
you had to switch.
yeah,
the
but I,
gamepad to
we
the
know
main
from when
screen.
our GameCube pad was
you
broken
use-
and we used Greenwich, you could turn that setting on to where it would boot.
Yeah, but
with
that's
the-
still you still have to use it like that. You have to change it.
also, you
just
can't play
run
all
it.
Wii U games with that
Yeah.
one controller. You had to buy more controllers.
You
Or like, I mean, you
What
got
was the-
the one with the console, but like it was a different controller. You didn't have 2 triggers and dual sticks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like,
And you were talking about the program buttons, and a lot of the like, if you get a third party Pro Controller of like
yeah,
right
those
now.
have had that for a
They
while.
already
Those have had
have
them.
the programmable buttons, and they've had it for a long time.
They've always had it. Like,
Yeah,
you
That's
can
what
go
like-
back to GameCube and they've got programmable buttons.
But the point is,
Yeah.
like, like you can't use. I mean, you can use a DualShock 4 on a PS5, but why would you? I don't even think it works
Why
for
would you?
PS5
Yeah.
games. It works for only PS4 games, I
And those
think.
yeah.
PS3 to PS4 couldn't do that. Xbox 360 to Xbox One can't do that. Like, I don't know. It's a very rare thing to see hardware be maintained from generation to generation that way, and I do think that's a good thing to see. That's like one of the things to applaud is
But
that
you know what?
all
A
the
mouse
same
and a
hardware
keyboard
still
work
works.
on every PC ever,
I mean, yeah, like
for the most part. Yeah.
I'm with you, bud, but
Yeah.
then we need to speak up when Nintendo does good things.
Because
No,
otherwise
they-
we'll stop doing
and
them.
Because
this
they
is a
barely
pretty good
do. Yeah,
point.
they barely do any good things as it is. They barely do prosumer
Yeah.
things as it is. Anyway, so yeah,
That's how we're doing launch weekends, is using Pro controllers and Joy-Cons from the Switch. Because good lord, I ain't
I
buying any
will
Pros
most
at
likely make
launch.
myself use nothing but the Joy Cons for the first weekend, maybe,
Mhm.
like in the grip and everything, because I want to
Yeah.
get a feel for it,
I will. I mean,
and then I'll get sick of it, and then I'll go to
look,
Pro Controller.
okay, Grant, I did Mario Odyssey
In a
uh,
week.
for that in a week. Yes, in a week. But I also exclusively used the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
So I don't. I mean, this is this
That's
size
what
is
most
not like.
speedrunners like.
It's
More
because you
is
have
the
more freedom with it for games like that. Not
more
every game
because,
needed them.
but also the gyro thing is faster on the Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah.
I'm very interested to see how that extra size works. Because honestly, like this is
That
this
was
is
always my biggest complaint
pretty
about
fine. But
Yeah.
it's
Going from holding a Switch to holding a Steam Deck is like two different beats, and I think the size of the Switch 2 is going to be a much nicer medium between the two of being a very flat, thin device that, while portable, hurts to hold for a long time, and this thing, which is awesome to hold but very large.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited about that too. That'll be good.
I'm excited. I
I'm
need some concrete prices.
gonna stop you real quick. 19 seconds. I think Florida is winning.
Oh really?
No,
Yeah, I think there's like 10 seconds left.
dude.
65, 63.
No,
Oh,
no,
20
Cooper,
seconds.
you're insane.
no, dude. I just spent $4,000 on my car, and this is the worst part of the week.
This game is
That's
not.
crazy. That's insane.
Crazy, dog.
This
No, I'm
game's
just
not
saying,
over.
man.
It's
I hope, I hope,
it's
I
a
hope
2
Florida
point game.
wins.
20
Oh,
seconds
2
left.
point. Oh, they could bring it back.
20 seconds left.
Oh, they could bring it back.
Yeah, this game is not over. But I mean,
It's
I'm not
not.
surprised. All right, well, that's gonna wrap the show up for us here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. What do you think about the Switch 2? Are you gonna get it? Are you not gonna get it? Are you doing a
We're
Steam
not
Deck?
going to run through the interesting tidbits.
Oh, I thought we were just doing the Switch 2 stuff. Is there stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Is there anything that we want to throw in? What do we got? We covered the
Nintendo of
Minecraft
America.
movie.
Nintendo of America had Woolly World in place of Crafted World. They were the only one that did.
Do you think that was a mistake?
That was a
or...
mistake. It was absolutely a mistake.
Well,
I
But
think
what I
it's a
mean,
cheat
it
slip is
could
actually a port.
hint at a port of Woolly World
that's what I'm
because it
saying.
was
Like, do you
different.
think
It
means
was like
anything?
unique art because it had the Poochie Pups and it had stuff from the Wii U box.
Interesting.
So hard to say.
Final is 65-63.
Oh,
Gators.
game over.
That's crazy.
Missed a shot.
Yeah, final just came out.
Wow.
Good
Congrats,
game,
bud. I know you
guess.
worked hard on that.
I did.
You know what? BG, bad
Yeah,
game.
Bad game.
The bad game is crazy.
So yeah, Willy World. I wouldn't mind Willy World.
Yeah, I love Woolly World. It is my
That's
favorite
good.
Wii U game.
We talked about the
Or
Minecraft
either that or Captain
movie
Toad.
doing better than Mario movie. PUBG got a dating sim for April Fools.
That's insane.
8 weapons. Because anime girls as weapons.
Moemon.
Yeah.
Talked about the young Pauline with freckles rumor. Apparently, Jill's voice actor from Resident Evil 3 remake is going to be in a Resident Evil 1 remake. Maybe she winked about when being asked about it, so maybe she'll do that. Nintendogs might come back, but probably not.
Nintendogs, but I haven't heard that in so long.
We'll see. I doubt it, but maybe they filed a new trademark, but they're probably just renewing it.
They always do.
Yeah. I think we'll table the finishing topic for next week. We can do a twofer.
Yeah. Oh, good lord. Yeah.
Let's table those.
Okay, well, like I was saying, add us on Twitter at OnlineGamers with a K. Let us know now. Hey, do you want to see Yoshi's Woolly World on the Nintendo Switch too? Did you play the
I do,
PUBG Battle
yes.
Sim? Cameron going to Twitter to at.
Yes.
Uh,
I mean, it was the 3DS box, but it didn't.
It was both.
It
was a
wasn't
combination of
exactly the
both, but-
3DS box.
Yeah, that's
But it
someone
had
said it was like a
Poochie.
combination, but it had the Poochie Pups. So I'm intrigued. I want it.
Maybe it is real, and we accidentally got it leaked in ours.
That'd be so funny. That is the Nintendo America thing to do, honestly.
yeah, but that'll be up. That'll be all for us here. Thank you so much for listening again. We hope you have a great week. See you back next week. Hopefully, we don't have to tell you that the Switch is going to be $700, but we'll see. Good luck sleeping, I think. Check your mental health this week. Let's take care of yourself. Yeah. Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.